for the Tourists. It is Santos' 12th start this season, a 7.36 ERA, 38 walks to 45 strikeouts. But that does not do him justice. Last game, he threw an absolute gem. His best performance of the season, throwing 6 scoreless, only allowing 2 hits and striking out 4 that game. Santos will go up against a lineup that's similar at the top, but changes made to the bottom of the order. Kyle Lodis, Ryan Burroughs, Joral Perez, those are the same 3 that led it off yesterday. Middle of the order, George Walkow and James Taussig are the same, but Caleb Freeman gets added to the lineup. He hits in the 6th spot, a switch hitter. Then it's Eli Brown batting 7th. Arksy Hernandez moves down in the order from 6th to 8th tonight. And then Eddie Park, being brought down from AAA Charlotte today, gets the start for Winston-Salem. Those are the 9 for the Dash, who are now tied with Bowling Green for 2nd place in the division. The Tourists are currently tied with Greensboro for 1st place in the second half, not just of the division, of course, but for the entirety of the South Atlantic League. The righty Yariel Santos walks up the mound to face Kyle Lodis. Here is the first pitch. Fastball inside. Lodis lifts up the hands and takes ball 1 at 6:37, 2 minutes past scheduled start time. Pitch, fastball up and in again, but a check swing, appealed down to first. No swing, says Christian Miranda. He's the field umpire today. Austin Machak, the home base umpire. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball right down the middle, 2-1 to Lodis. 83 degrees and cloudy. We are expecting rain, but that likely won't be until 9 p.m. if it does come. 2-1 pitch. Fastball hit in the air. Deep to left field. Towards the wall. It is off the top of the wall. Thomas reads it and scoops it up. His throw goes to second, but it bounces on its way there. It is a leadoff double for Kyle Lodis. Well struck off the bat by Lodis, as that ball just kind of kept going up and up and up. It almost looked like for a time that thing might leave the yard. Lodis didn't think so, though. He hustled out of the box. It's a leadoff double for Winston-Salem, and it brings up Ryan Burroughs hitting from the right side. Runner on second and nobody gone. Santos down from the stretch. Fastball just below the knees. 1-0 to Burroughs. A .254 hitter, 4 home runs, including 1 last night. Just barely got over the wall in right center, but it cleared it. Opposite field shot. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball down and in. 2-0. In Ryan Burroughs' last 2 games, 5 for 7, a home run, 5 RBIs. He's hit every part of the cycle as well in those last 2.
But you don't get credit for doing it over the span of 2 games. 2-0 pitch, breaking ball off the plate away. 3-0, and it feels like Santos has hit every part
of the edge, but can't get a call. Now he's in a 3-0 hole to Burroughs. Here's the pitch. Fastball, that is down the middle for a called strike. And finally, Santos gets on the board. The Tourists, all white uniforms for the 2nd straight night. White tops, white bottoms, Tourist script across the chest. Same uniforms as well for Winston-Salem. Gray with pinstripes for the 2nd straight night. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fastball, that's below the zone, ball 4. And back-to-back base runners for Winston-Salem. First a double to Lodis, now a walk to Ryan Burroughs. It puts runners on first and second with nobody gone. And a meeting on the mound. So many of these pitches close by John Garcia. Boy, that one just couldn't get it slightly below the zone. He's talking with John Garcia, his catcher Alejandro Nunez, who's starting at second base out there as well. The rest of the defense, Jack Moss gets the start at first with Zach Daudet at short and Brandon Nye at third. It is the same exact infield as last night. Then in the outfield, Justin Thomas Jr. in left. He moves over from center. Caden Powell, who DH'd last night, is in center field. Then Cesar Hernandez added to the lineup and put in right field. Runners on first and second. Nobody gone. Scoreless in the top of the first. It's Gerald Perez to hit from the right side against the righty Yariel Santos after the mound meeting. Here's the first pitch. Fastball chopped left side and foul into the third base coach's box. 0-1 on Perez. A 200 hitter in his short time in Winston-Salem. Last night made a miraculous play at third base where he jumped up, almost looked like the Jordan logo. He got high off the ground and snagged a ball that was making a beeline for left field. Now the 0-1 pitch, double steal. Pitch is a strike. The throw down, the tag just behind. John Garcia could not get Burrows on his way to second base. Kyle O'Dee's up to third, so the double steal works successfully. Brought to you by Philip Price Law. Visit philippricelaw.com. That pitch was ruled a ball, so it's 1-1. The pitch, breaking ball high, 2-1. And Yariel Santos might not help but feel he's putting a lot close to the edges, but he can't get much. Still yet to record an out, and now he's behind Gerald Perez, 2-1. 2 in scoring position now. The pitch, fastball crushed, foul. Right side and way, way out of here. Santos threw one right down the heart of the plate. Shakes off Garcia once, twice. Now he finds a sign he likes. Here's the pitch. Fastball high, count runs full. In danger of loading the bases in the top of the first. The double steal took the double play chance off as well. Payoff pitch to Perez. Breaking ball hit on the ground. Right side, gloved at short, only plays to first. That is in time, but a run comes in to score. Perez grounds out, but he brings in Kyle Lodiz from third. It is 1-0 Winston-Salem to begin the game in the top of the first. No real reason for Daudet to risk it and go home, given his positioning. So Winston-Salem trades a run for an out, and it brings up the cleanup batter, George Walkow, the first lefty for Santos to face today. The pitch, fastball, called a strike. 0-1. It's Ryan Burrows on second base. He did not advance on that ground ball from Perez. Last night for Walkow, 2 for 4 with a homer. Santos looking to avoid that here. He's got him down 0-1. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball high, bounces in the glove of Garcia, but straight in front of him. And so he's able to retain it. "12 home runs on the season, 60 RBIs for George Walkow, a top 15 prospect for the White Sox. Again, what a wide stance he has. 1-1 pitch, fastball hit in the air, deep to left field. Thomas towards the wall. He's on the track and he makes the grab. Burrows tags up. The throw is swallowed by Daudet. And so successfully advancing, but Walkow avoids a home run by just a matter of feet. Santos threw him a center cut fastball at 93, and he was just behind it. Runner on third, now 2 gone. A chance for Yariel Santos to avoid what could have been significantly worse. It was runners on second and third with nobody gone originally. First pitch to James Taussig is a breaking ball down and away. 1-0. Taussig entering on a 7-game hit streak. Picked up 1 base knock last night. hitting .267 this year at high A for the Dash. 1-0 pitch. Fastball called strike. 1-1. Santos' 12th start today. His 14th appearance. He's made 2 relief appearances out of the pen. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball high. 2 balls and 1 strike on Taussig. Taussig DHing tonight. There's Burrows on third base. Reached on a walk, stole a base, got advanced on the fly out from Walkow, but hasn't been brought home yet. 2-1, grounder chopped foul as it rolls behind the plate and to the backstop. Newly painted Home Trust Park on the field. Santos has been hitting the zone often tonight. He's a strike away. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball right side. Backhanded by Nunez. His spinning throw to first in time. Alejandro Nunez with some smooth glove work at second base. Bottom of the first. It's time for the first hacks from the tees today. There's Justin Sinibaldi, the lefty, getting the start for Winston-Salem, the only lefty starter for the Dash. 4-3 record with a 6.21 ERA this season, making his 14th start. 24 walks to 56 strikeouts for him. The book on him, he's always good for at least 4 or 5 innings pitched. His first pitch to Justin Thomas Jr. from the right side. Fastball down and in, 1-0. After Thomas, it'll be Caden Powell and Jack Moss. Then Neomar Ochoa Jr., Cesar Hernandez, and Zach Daudet as the middle of the order. 1-0 pitch. Fastball high and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Rest of the lineup, Alejandro Nunez, John Garcia, and Brandon Nye. They round out the 9. 2-0, breaking ball for a called strike. 2-1 to Thomas. Just looking to get back on the right foot at this point. He was mashing before just a small 3-game cold stretch. 2-1, breaking ball high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to Thomas. Over the last 3 games, he's 0 for 8 now with 7 strikeouts. But last night he did walk and score a run. 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball missed everything. As Bob Uecker would say, just a bit outside, and Thomas makes his way down to first base. Back-to-back nights with a walk for him. Leadoff man aboard for both teams to begin their hitting days. Thomas over 25 stolen bases this season, leads the team in that category. And Caden Powell, who's now coming up hot on his heels after stealing a couple bags last night, will hit from the right side. First pitch, runner takes off, pitch is low, and Thomas slides in safely after it was bobbled by Freeman behind the plate. It is a Philip Price Law stolen base. Call Philip at 828-633-2374 or go to philippricelaw.com. So a runner in scoring position for the Tourists and a 1-0 count to Caden Powell, now back over 300. 1-0 pitch, down and in, it misses everything, and Thomas advances to third on the wild pitch. And Sinibaldi is looking wild right now. He's had a couple of pitches early on that have kind of gone all over the place. Of course, the walk to Justin Thomas on a breaking ball that missed everything. And now that wild pitch bounced way down and in. It's 2-0 to Powell. Now a runner on third and nobody gone. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball low. 3 balls and no strikes as Powell steps out. He's currently on a 9-game walk streak, including 2 walks last night. That's the longest streak in the Sally League. 3-0 pitch. Breaking ball downstairs, ball 4. That is 10 straight games with a walk for Caden Powell, and it's back-to-back walks tossed by Justin Sinibaldi to begin the ballgame. That'll warrant a meeting on the mound between him and Caleb Freeman. Sinibaldi was playing with the rosin bag a lot, maybe trying to get something to go grip-wise. Just doesn't seem like he's locating early on. This is a guy that does not get pulled from games early. Within the last 2.5 months, he's only gone under 4 innings one time. Often goes 5 or 6. But now he's got runners on the corners with nobody gone in the bottom of the first. Winston-Salem with a 1-0 lead early. Jack Moss to hit from the left side. It's left on left. Back pick to first base. Powell back in time standing. Kind of staggered to the bag as he went back in. But he'll retake his lead. It's Arxie Hernandez at first base tonight. The pitch. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. It'll be Perez at second base. Kyle Lodiz at short with Ryan Burrows at third. Eddie Park gets the start in left, Brown in center, and Walkow in right. Freeman catches Sinibaldi. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, tapped foul. And Moss behind 0-2. So really the only big defensive change, Park in left tonight after being brought in from AAA Charlotte. And then a flip-flop. Burrows goes to third base. Perez to second after his error at third last night. Runner takes off, pitches flared foul back to the screen. And Caden Powell will have to retreat. Moss had to swing to protect. That was a strike from Sinibaldi. And a late offer from Jack Moss. Comes set for the 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Breaking ball down and away. 1-2. Moss ended a 12-game hit streak on Sunday, but blew up last night's game. Finished a triple shy of the cycle. Another pickoff move to first, and Powell back in safely on a slide. And although the ball beat him there, Arxie Hernandez just did not throw down a tag on Powell. But that could have been a lot closer of a play than it was. 1-2, runner takes off. Pitch is popped up. Shallow center field. Brown runs in on it, and he's got it in the sun. No chance for Thomas to tag up as the throw goes home and holds him there. Jack Moss just could not power it deep enough, and he'll head back. The first out in the bottom of the first. That was a long way to run for Eli Brown in center with the sun shining in his eyes. This is the first time Winston-Salem is here this season. And so this is the first time they've gotten to encounter this sun that early in afternoon/night games can really be a lot. Now Neomar Ochoa Jr., left on right. Runners on the corners in one gone. Sinibaldi deals. Fastball high, 1-0. Ochoa, today's Clear Choice Auto Glass cleanup batter. Helicopter flying directly overhead of the field. Here's the 1-0 pitch. First, a back pick to first base. Powell back in standing. That was a bullet of a throw. Awfully concerned about Powell, who's broken for second base twice, but both times Jack Moss had to swing. Does he go again? Yes, he does. The pitch is fouled off. It skirts to first base territory, and Jack Moss, rather Caden Powell, has done so much running between first and second base. He's made it every time, and there's no doubt now that he's going to try to take off. It's a 1-1 count to Ochoa. Does Powell leave again? The pitch from Sinibaldi. Powell holds up. Pitch is crushed. Left center field, but it hangs up in the air. It's taken in left. Deep enough to score Thomas. The throw is up the line, and Justin Thomas scores. Back-to-back nights with a sac fly for Neomar Ochoa. He brings in the first run of the game for the Tourists and ties us at 1 in the bottom of the first. He got good bat to ball that time. Just couldn't connect on it deep enough. 2 gone in front of Cesar Hernandez. Back in the lineup tonight. He'll hit for the first time this series. He's got a runner on first. Back pick to first base. Another close play. Thomas stumbled back in. Rather, Powell stumbled back into the bag. And now he's got to retake his lead. Now another pick to first base. Powell back in. Was so ready for the first pitch to Hernandez, but we have yet to see it. Cesar Hernandez just waiting patiently, ready to hit. Now if Sinibaldi goes back to first and doesn't get Powell. And Powell knows that, takes off. They got him in a rundown. Throw goes to second. They picked him off. Caden Powell left just a little bit too early, and he gets allowing just 1 hit. Brought in a run. No errors and a runner left on base. He'll face Caleb Freeman, Eli Brown, and Arksy Hernandez. That is 6, 7, and 8 for Winston-Salem. First, it's Freeman, the switch-hitting catcher. Will bat from the left side. Bat over his head. The first pitch to him, a breaking ball down and away. It's 1-0. Kind of an unorthodox stance for Freeman. He does a lot of checking the bat up against the knee. Now he holds it back over the head. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball below the zone. He takes for ball 2. Boy, he just does so many things in the box. It's almost distracting. Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball chopped on the ground right side. Nunez fields on 2 hops, slings to first, and got him. Back-to-back plays made by Alejandro Nunez to end the first and begin the second. Ariel Santos is through 4 batters. That'll bring up Eli Brown, the center fielder tonight. Brown had to really run onto one off the bat of Ochoa. Ended up being a sac fly at the bottom of the first. First pitch, he shows bunt, lays down a high one, but bounces foul behind the plate. Brown 0 for 4 last night as he shares a laugh with catcher John Garcia. I don't know if anyone was expecting that. And he'll go back to probably swinging away here. A 1 pitch. Breaking ball. Called a strike. 0-2 on Brown. After him, it'll be Arksy Hernandez. 0-2 pitch. Fastball high and away. Garcia, full extension, ranged the glove out to his left, and he secured it. Santos with a deep breath. His body faces the plate before he kicks and deals. Breaking ball skips in the dirt and then bounces off the body of Brown. Whatever this helicopter is doing, it is flying over the field a bunch this afternoon. 4th time it's come over the top. A couple times we get that helicopter coming by. There is a hospital nearby, a big one at that. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit sharply to second. Nunez again fires to first, and he got him. Busy day for Alejandro Nunez. He's recorded the last 3 outs on ground outs to him, and he's snickering a little bit. Arksy Hernandez up to bat now, the first baseman. Big in that right-handed box. First pitch from Santos, a breaking ball, catches the outside edge, and it's 0-1. Hernandez last night 2 for 4. A 1 pitch. Oh, big swing and a miss. Santos gave him a breaking ball down and away, and it just curled right in front of his bat as he took a home run style hack. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and away this time. Hernandez does not offer. Would have been tough to make contact with. Ariel Santos looking to make back-to-back gem starts after going 6 scoreless last week. 1-2 pitch, hit on the ground, this time to short. O'Day fields, guns to first. 1, 2, 3. Ground out, ground out, ground out. Santos has retired the last 6 batters in order after giving up a run. Cesar Hernandez was at the plate in the bottom of the first, but when Caden Powell got picked off, he had to go back to the dugout. Left on left, Sinibaldi's first pitch. Fastball spoiled back. 0-1. Hernandez on the season hitting over 300 at 304, but he did take about a month and a half to rehab an injury during the year. And he came back up with some orange gear after playing with the FCL Astros. That arm guard just won't stay on. He's got to give it up now. And the leg guard, too, which that one looked like it was securely on. Interesting choice. Maybe it was a swag factor? I don't really know. Now here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball high and in. And it's 1-1. I get taking off the arm guard. If it doesn't fit, you got to hit. But that leg guard did fit. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball lofted left center field. It is down for a base hit. Drops in between Park and left. Lodiz at short. And Brown in center. And it's a leadoff base knock for Cesar Hernandez. His hit streak is now up to 8. And it's the first hit for the Tourists today. Park gave it a run from left field, but just kind of floated down in there. That'll bring up Zach Daudet, hitting .213. The first pitch to him, a breaking ball, a called strike. 0-1. He didn't help that average last night by going 0 for 1. And you may ask, why 0 for 1? Well, it's because he walked the other 4 times he was up. That is what he does best. 0-1. Breaking ball, called a strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-2. Runner on first, nobody gone after the Cesar Hernandez leadoff single. The pitch to Daudet. We'll have to wait. Pickoff move to second base, not in time. Yet another pickoff move for Sinibaldi. That has become habit up to this point as Hernandez retakes his lead off of second. They got Caden Powell that way last time out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and away. Daudet checks his swing and holds back. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Tied at 1 in the bottom of the second. Tourists looking for 11 wins in 12 games to this point. 1-2 pitch from Sinibaldi. Fastball high and away, 2-2 to Daudet, and he's worked his way back into an even count. Sinibaldi's pitch count climbing. This will be number 25 from the lefty. He's gotten just 3 outs. Breaking ball high. Full count to Zach Daudet. After going behind 0-2. Sinibaldi already walked 2 in the first. For a guy that averages less than a walk every 3 innings. Another pickoff to first base. Hernandez back in safely. And now he can take an even further lead, knowing that if Sinibaldi goes there and doesn't get him, he takes off. Breaking ball high. Check swing. The throw down to second base. Hernandez back in time, but Moss went around at the plate. Rather, Daudet. Daudet strikes out for the first time today. Hernandez up to second base on the steal. It's the second Philip Price Law stolen base of the day for the Tourists. Call Philip at 828-633-2374 or go to philippricelaw.com. Cesar Hernandez puts himself in scoring position for Alejandro Nunez. Nunez hits from the left side, one of 3 lefties in the lineup tonight for the Tees. First pitch breaking ball inside, and it's 1-0. Nunez hitting .255. Over the 2 series going into last night, he was hitting .157. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball inside. Nunez doesn't even lift his feet. 2-0. But last night, even entering on a slump, he turned on the Jets. Went 2 for 5 with an RBI. that opened up the game early on. 2-0 breaking ball inside. Sinibaldi continues to nibble around the edge, but can't get there. The way things are going for him right now, it'll probably be tough to make it 4 or 5 innings like he usually does. 3-0 pitch to Nunez. Breaking ball down and in. Nunez doesn't lift the bat off the shoulder and draws the 3rd walk today given by Justin Sinibaldi. Cesar Hernandez stays put at second base, and now a mound visit needed. The first mound visit today for either side. It comes from pitching coach Jacob Doris. He'll talk with his only qualified pitcher on the team as far as innings pitched goes. Came into today with 66 2/3. One of only 12 qualified pitchers by that metric in the league, including Parker Smith. He's the only one for Asheville. He'll get the start on Friday night for the Tourists. Mound visit over. Runners on first and second. 1 gone. Tied at 1 in the bottom of the second, and up comes John Garcia. Last night he went yard for the first time this season as a Tourist. Left on right. First pitch. Fastball roped left side and foul. Just a foot or so past the chalk into the corner and left. And John Garcia misses out on extra bases by just 12 inches. His first home run last night, again, this season for the Tourists. But I say this season because he did play in Asheville in 2024, a year where he hit 10 bombs for the Tourists. Has spent a lot fewer games here than that season because of his time in Corpus Christi. Has split basically half his season in either place. Stands back in the right-handed box, still with runners on first and second. 1 gone. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, dropped in beautifully for strike 2. Garcia takes it, and he steps out of the box. Calls time. Bright yellow batting gloves. Displayed those last night for the first time. Maybe it's his good luck charm. Sinibaldi set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and in. Buckles the knees of Garcia as he lunges off the plate. It's 1-2. Gray skies overhead tonight, but again, we won't be expecting rain till at the earliest 9 p.m. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. High chopper left side. Gloved at short. Throw to second for 1. Relay to first. In time, they turn 2. That was such a slow roller, it almost seemed like there was no way. Eddie Park, Kyle Lodiz, and Ryan Burrows, 9-1-2 for Winston-Salem. We welcome you in our booth down the left field line as well as we bring on a very special guest. It's Jack Dunphy of ISI Elite Asheville. Jack, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you very much for having me, Hudson.
Of course. Really excited to get you on. Here's the first pitch to Eddie Park, a fastball off the plate away. 1-0. This is part of us ramping up into a series that is our Tourists Fitness Series where we have fitness events at the ballpark. The 1-0 pitch, fastball high. Now, Jack, your event is first on the list on July 25th. ISI, I've heard that acronym, but I don't know much about it. Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball for a called strike. What is ISI Elite Training?
ISI stands for Iron Sharpens Iron. So it's all about a community gathering together and, getting together, getting stronger. Ooh.
First pitch, this one grounded right side, picked up by Moss. Underhand scoop to
beautiful.
Santos. He steps on the bag. Look at that play.
Look at that.
That was nice. Those are the kinds of plays you can make if you do ISI Elite Training and you get yourself in shape. Jack Moss certainly would do well in one of those classes. So you said iron sharpens iron,
yes.
Correct?
So it's just about a community, that encourages each other to get stronger. And our workouts are athletic-based training, which basically means that we mix a bunch of different kind of training together, like from powerlifting to CrossFit to hit training, and yeah, our goal is just to kind of make people feel better, look better, and just be stronger throughout the day-to-days.
I love that. That is a great goal to have, especially. Next pitch to low D's, a breaking ball catches the edge. It is 1-1. One of the things that I'm wondering, though, is on the day of a workout, what does that look like? What can participants expect if they do this workout with us at the Tourist?
So it'll be led by me, and it's going to be, we'll have like a 5-minute warm-up, and then I'll demo all the moves. It's going to be a circuit-based training. It'll be mainly calisthenic-based because, we can't bring the barbells and dumbbells out on the field. We don't want to ruin it for the tourists. But it'll be great, and all levels are welcome. We'll have options to go harder or lighter if you'd like.
Certainly. Here's the first pitch to Ryan Burrows, cut on and missed, 0-1. I was just about to ask, is this beginner-friendly here?
Yes, absolutely. We welcome, it's athletic-based, but really anyone is more than welcome to, come, and we do a great job of providing modifications and making sure that wherever you're at, we kind of meet you where you are.
Outside of having a great workout, why should people join this ISI?
I would say the community. I really enjoy working there, and I just enjoy seeing people's change, and it's a lot of fun when we work out, and yeah, we do a lot of events together, and it's just a good time.
That is awesome. Where can people learn more about this if they want to find more?
At our website, ISI Elite Training Asheville. We also have an Instagram page, and we're located off South Tunnel Road.
Oh, there we go. Nice. Base hit by Ryan Burrows to left field. That's the first hit of the inning, and breaks up a long stretch for Muriel Santos, where he was doing pretty well there. Jack, you a baseball fan?
I am a baseball fan. I didn't play, but I enjoy watching it. I'm here with my wife right now, and a couple of gym members as well. They came as well.
There you go. There you go. You do you have a major league team at all?
I'm from the Virginia area, so we like the Nationals. I know. I'm sorry. I should say the Astros, but...
Yariel Santos' first pitch to Perez. Breaking ball swung on and missed, 0-1. The Astros are playing the Nationals today, too.
Really?
Interesting enough. They're playing the Nationals. When you look at a ballpark like this and you're deciding, okay, what events do we want to do? When you see this, do you say, okay, maybe we do stair runs here, and you're just kind of plotting it out in your mind?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of space for cones and, doing athletic or coordination drills, doing some sprints, and, we'll bring our own bands as well for just curls and triceps. People like the arms.
Oh, yeah.
So we got to include that as well.
Oh, yeah. I feel like a lot of people are thrilled about Arm Day. 1-1 pitch lined into right center field. That is down, and it wedges underneath the wall. Powell runs after it and snags it. Burrows tears around third base. The throw in from Nunez swallowed in center field, and Winston-Salem takes the lead. Gerald Perez with a double that brings in Burrows as he speeds all the way in from first base. It is 2-1 Winston-Salem. That was some quickness right there, Jack, for sure.
Right there. And that's the kind of quickness you can get if you come to ISI.
Certainly. Well, we also want to let you know that this Tourist Fitness Series, you can find a lot of events just like this one as we're starting to build this thing up. You can go to www.touristsignatureevents.com/fitness. Tickets are on sale right now. $25 a class, and for the full series, just $68. A nice markdown. I know we're also going to have yoga involved, maybe a couple other things that I'm looking forward to as well. First pitch, Yariel Santos to Walkow. He swings and misses through it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be there for the 25th, but I'll attend the other events as well. I mean, again, take advantage of this.
Yeah, the ISI one on the 25th. That is the first one of our series. You can join Jack Dunphy and crew for that one. A morning event as well. It's breaking ball outside. I always feel like I struggle to get up in the mornings and go. Do you find that fitness really helps people start to, when you wake up, to do it in the morning, like get you going a little bit?
I think it does help people get going. It doesn't, I mean, that is the hard part. We can't wake you up and, bring you to the gym.
1-1 pitch roped on the ground. Nunez on a hot shot. He throws to first, nearly pulls Moss off the bag, but he got it done.
What a snap.
Providing fresh produce and hometown service. It's a third inning for Justin Sinibaldi, and the final player to come to bat for either team, Brandon Nye, is ready to go in the right-handed box for his second night in Asheville. Right Left on right, rather. First pitch. Breaking ball called strike on Nye. He's behind 0-1. Well, what a night it was for him last night. Went 3 for 5 in his debut with the Tourists. 0-1, breaking ball inside. Oh, called strike. 0-2 now. 3 RBIs led the team last night as well. It was an 11-3 win. Breaking ball skips in the dirt from Sinibaldi, 1-2. First hit he had was a double off the starter Shane Smith last night. 0-2 pitch, grounded left side, and foul. Smith was on for a rehab start last night. And the hot bats for the Tourists continued. Didn't slow down against a Major League All-Star. He was saddled with the loss last night. 1-2 pitch. Fastball off the plate away. 2-2 to Nye. He crouches low in that right-handed box. Freeman sets up outside. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down and away. Full count. Nye has battled his way back. Spent just 2 weeks in Fayetteville before his promotion. 2-2. Fastball check swing called strike 3. He held back, but that pitch was a strike on the outside edge anyway. Lineup turns over now for Justin Thomas. Drew a walk his first time up, came around to score. He's the only run so far for the Tourists. 2-1 Winston-Salem leads. First pitch, fastball away. 1-0. Sinibaldi has started to pick up the pace a little bit more. One 0 pitch. Breaking ball. Appeal on a check swing. He went around, says Christian Miranda at first base. Thomas just could not hold back. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball down and in. Gets away. 2-1 to Thomas. The Tourists only with 1 hit so far. Came on a blooper from Cesar Hernandez. But 3 walks allowed by Sinibaldi. That has been the issue for him. 2-1. Breaking ball. Chopped left side. Gloved at third. Burrows to first in time. A nice stretch from Arxie Hernandez at first base. There's 2 down in the bottom of the third. Burrows starting at third base tonight. Him and Perez swapping. Caden Powell up to bat for the second time today. Ooh, that's a lot of relish on that hot dog. I'm not a relish guy, so maybe that's why I don't find that fitting, but oof. First pitch, big cut and a miss from Powell on a breaking ball. 0-1. Even for someone who, if you like relish, you'd have to think, boy, that's just so much. It's spilling out of the bun of the hot dog, and that is some awesome hair, too. What a haircut. That is a proper mullet right there. 0-1. Breaking ball away, 1-1 to Powell. I wonder if the kid with the mullet is the one with the hot dog. What a combination that would be. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, tapped foul. And Sinibaldi is a strike away from sending us to the 4th. Powell last night took a 2 for 3, 2 walks on his line. Now 10 straight games with a free pass. Freeman sets up low and away. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, chopped left side. Gloved at short. Here's Lodiz's throw to first. Got him. Little bit of a stretch from Hernandez at first. A nice throw. Sidearm from Kyle Lodiz to retire Caden Powell to lead things off from the left side. He'll be followed by Caleb Freeman and Eli Brown. Lefty switch hitter lefty. First pitch, Breaking ball away, bounces out of the glove of Garcia and trickles up the line. Taussig grounded out his first time up, one of 4 groundouts that have gone to Alejandro Nunez today. 1-0 pitch, down and in on a fastball, 2 balls and no strikes. Last night, Asheville burned a lot of its bullpen, so it needs some innings out of Santos. 2-0 pitch is up and away, and it's a quick 3-0 count to James Taussig. Some arms available tonight. Michael Cuevas did not pitch last night. Bryce Collins, Jackson Wells also did not. 3-0. Fastball away, ball 4. And a quick walk to James Taussig. Just the second walk from Yariel Santos today. The first one came all the way back in the top of the first when he walked the second batter of the game. He put runners on first and second. They advanced to second and third on a double steal, and then he bared down, only allowed 1 run in that inning. Now here's Caleb Freeman. First pitch to him, a breaking ball at the knees for a called strike. 0-1. Oh for 1 today with a ground out. Here it is. Breaking ball, another called strike. Dropped in beautifully at the top of the zone from Santos. Check this out. Hits the bat off the ground twice, off his knee once. I say what happens for a living and do things quickly. I can't even piece together everything he did there before now he calls time at the plate. It looks like he hits it off the ground first, then off his hand, off the ground again, off his knee as he digs his front foot in, and then holds the bat over his head and leans backwards. 0-2 pitch, hit in the air, deep to center field. Powell at the wall. It is off the top of the wall. He struggles with it in center before he fires it in. It's a double for Caleb Freeman. Everything he did there certainly worked. He's put 2 in scoring position. The second extra base hit today for Winston-Salem. Powell tried to barehand it, but that didn't really change anything. Taussig was already on his way to third. Powell all dirty on his gear in center field. Runners on second and third, nobody gone. Eli Brown at the plate. First pitch, fastball low. 1-0. Again, this was the exact same situation that Santos faced in the first, only allowed a run. He'd like the same or less here, certainly. 1-0. Breaking ball hit in the air, down the line, pushing foul, and it ends up on top of the Champion Credit Union Club. Brown 0 for 5 to begin the series. Good chance for him here with 2 in scoring position. The pitch. Breaking ball. Grounded foul. First base side. He's behind 1-2. Winston-Salem an early 2-1 lead over Asheville. With the loss last night in a Bowling Green win, the Dash now tied for second place in the Southern Division. Bowling Green resurging. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. The first strikeout today for Yariel Santos. He gets Eli Brown at the knees, and a much, much needed one. Placed that beautifully. What a grab from Garcia, too. An almost motionless frame to push it back up. And that brings up Arxie Hernandez, right on right, first pitch. Takes it low on a breaking ball, 1-0. Santos plays with the ball behind his back and puts it in his glove. He will pitch from the stretch for the 1-0. Breaking ball, big hack, and he can't connect. 1-1 to Hernandez. Grounded out to Dode his last time up. That ended the second inning. An inning where Santos went 1-2-3, all groundouts. 1-1 pitch, hit on the ground, gloved by Nunez. He spears it but bobbles it, so his only play is to first, and that is in time. But again, Winston-Salem trades and out for a run. Taussig comes in to score, and it is 3-1 Dash. Top of the fourth. Alejandro Nunez has been called upon a lot today. Runner on third after Freeman moves up. 2 gone. Bottom of the order, it's Eddie Park. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Park brought down from AAA. Has played at every level but single A this year. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit off the hands. Down the line. Thomas onto it, but it drops in front of him to score a run. Park charges up towards second base. The throw is high and backed up by Moss at first base. Eddie Park puts another on the board as Freeman comes in to score on his RBI double. It is 4-1 Dash in the fourth. And now a little bit of movement in that bullpen behind Thomas in left field. Park just deposited it down the line. Really no way Thomas could have made that play, and his throw went way high, backed up well by Moss. Runner on second as the lineup turns over for Kyle Lodiz. Right on right, Santos' first pitch is a fastball below the zone. 0-1. 4 runs on the board for Winston-Salem, 2 of them coming in this fourth inning. 0-1, breaking ball down and away, gloved by Garcia before it could skirt to the backstop. That holds Park at second. Lodiz doubled to lead off the game, basically instantly. A double that just kind of kept carrying to left, almost looked like it could have gone. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball called a strike. 2-1. The lights have been on since first pitch here. Back-to-back nights with gray skies. Rain starting to come down. 2-1 breaking ball low. 3-1. The rain isn't heavy, but it started within the last couple of seconds, and now fans beginning to migrate under the awning. But the rain is so light that a lot of fans are staying put. Not fazed by a little drizzle. 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball waved at and missed. Full count to Kyle Lodiz. Santos trying to end this fourth inning. He needs some support from his offense, too, on the other end. The payoff pitch. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Nice job from Yariel Santos. He locates that breaking ball for his second strikeout of the inning. Both of them come looking. It's the fourth inning for Sinibaldi. First pitch breaking ball inside, 1-0 to Moss. After him, it'll be Neomar Ochoa Jr. and Cesar Hernandez. 3, 4, and 5 for the Tourists. Winston-Salem up 4-1. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, another called strike. 1-1 on Moss. That slider just has so much side-to-side movement from Sinibaldi. It can come in at Moss and then tail back over the plate. 1-1, grounded foul. Takes a high bounce off the top railing of the Winston-Salem dugout. No one seems to be phased over there on the first base side. Moss behind 1-2. Last night, 3 for 4, a triple shy of this cycle. 1-2 pitch. Fastball high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's only been 1 triple for the Tourists this season at Home Trust Park. interestingly enough. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball off the plate away. Full count. Sinibaldi was ready to strut off the mound. Thought he had a strikeout, and he'll have to come back. The zone tonight has been tight, but it has been consistent. Payoff pitch. Fastball roped right side and foul. Austin Machuk on the balls and strikes tonight. Him and Christian Miranda will go back and forth throughout the series. There's Machuk. Black for the night games, powder blue for the day games for these guys. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball down and away. That is ball 4. Fourth walk from Sinibaldi, the first to Moss. As Sinibaldi asks where that pitch missed. Outside the ruling. And Moss makes his way down to first. Another leadoff man aboard for the Tourists. That's been the case in 3 of the first 4 innings. And now the Clear Choice Auto Glass cleanup batter, Neomar Ochoa Jr. First pitch to him, roped left side and down in left center field. Moss moves up to second base, station to station. It's the first hit of the day for Neomar Ochoa, after he ended his 7-game hit streak last night with an 0-for-4 performance. As the only run scored today for the Tourists, rather batted in on a sac fly. Just the second hit today for the Tees, both of them kind of soft contact as they landed in the outfield. Cesar Hernandez had the other one. And now 2 innings later, he's back up to bat. Runners on first and second, nobody gone. A wide stance in that box. Left on left. Sinibaldi kicks and deals. Fastball hit on the ground, right side, gloved at first. Throw to second for 1. Got him. No, it pulled him off the bag is the call. Lodiz fell down, thinking he had the out. But the bases are loaded. It certainly looked like he had it before falling off the bag, but no force play. Because he slid to the ground there, foot off the bag, and Ochoa knew it. He was safe. Bases loaded. Zach Daudet. He goes right on left. Sinibaldi on the mound. First pitch, breaking ball, called strike on the outside edge. Daudet started the bat, but he held back. A 1 pitch, breaking ball lofted foul. Daudet quickly down 0-2. Hernandez on first, Ochoa on second, Moss on third. They are juiced. Zach Daudet represents the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 4th. Nobody gone. The pitch. Breaking ball cut on and missed. A big 3-pitch strikeout from Sinibaldi. His 3rd today, his 2nd to Daudet. Breaking ball on the outside edge is what he gave him. And Daudet went after it. Just well placed. That'll bring up Alejandro Nunez. Bases juiced, 1 gone. Left on left. Asheville down by 3. The pitch, breaking ball inside, 1-0. Last time up, Nunez didn't swing at a single pitch because all of them went inside to the left-handed hitter. And he walked on 4 pitches. Here's the 1-0. Fastball chopped foul. Finally, Nunez sees a strike from Sinibaldi. He got a breaking ball over the heart of the plate, but was over the top of it. Moss leads off of third after his leadoff walk. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball grounded up the middle. Gloved by Lodiz at short. Steps on the bag for 1. Throw to first, not in time, and a run comes around to score. Kyle Lodiz tried to turn two by himself. Instead, he just gets Hernandez at second, and Alejandro Nunez brings in Jack Moss. It is 4-2. Winston-Salem still on top in the bottom of the fourth. Two runs scored today by Asheville, neither of them on RBI base hits. As up comes John Garcia. Runners on the corners, one gone. The pitch, cracked left side, gloved at third. Throw goes to first in time, and it ends the inning. Garcia grounds out for the second time today, and Asheville leaves him on the corners, but does get a run back. A 4-2 Winston-Salem lead. The rain continues to sprinkle in Asheville. Nothing more than that, as it's not showing any signs of getting much worse. Ryan Burrows will lead off the inning from the right side. He'll be followed by Jarrell Perez and George Wolkow. First pitch crushed deep to right field. 3 home runs in 3 games for Ryan Burrows. He is on a tear. The solo shot makes it 5-2. Back-to-back nights for him with a long ball. Santos gave him a fastball up and in, and he was ready for it. Turned on it 106 miles an hour, 437 feet, and he knew it right away. That thing cleared the scoreboard in left center field, and now the next pitch skips off the back of Jarrell Perez past his jersey. And it's a hit by pitch, and Santos is beginning to lose it here in the 5th. Another look at that pitch. Boom. Cannot feel good. Have to wonder how much longer now the leash is for Santos, especially considering the offense hasn't given him much to back him up yet today, just 2 runs. This is a ballpark that averages nearly 18 runs a game combined between both teams. Here's Wolkow from the left side, runner on first, nobody gone. Winston-Salem up by 3. First pitch hit on the ground and through into right center field. Perez turns around second and goes for third. It is wedged underneath the wall, but no signal from either umpire. This is the second time this has happened this week. Wolkow will go in and score an inside the park home run. Now, the last time this happened, it was ruled an inside the park home run and overturned, but nobody touched this ball. So let's see what Christian Miranda decides. He knocks it out, and he rules it a double. So Wolkow will have to go back. And overall, that generally hurts Winston-Salem, not because it just pulls the Wolkow run off the board, but it also makes Perez retreat to second base. Well played out there in center and right. The mistake made by Chase Call last time when he was out in right was that he made an attempt to grab the ball. And even though the field umpire went out there and ruled it a double, it was overturned by the home plate umpire in a massive swing. That was just a week ago today. So runners on second and third, nobody gone. And Yariel Santos faces James Taussig. Right on left, the first pitch. Taussig flares it into the glove of Nye. He guns to first base in time. And it holds runners at second and third. Nice play by Brandon Nye to trap that thing against the ground as it came to him. And a good throw to barely beat Taussig. A big first out because it held the runners. The infield remains in. Santos, though, has to get through 2 more to keep the damage mitigated. Here's Caleb Freeman from the left side. Already a double today. He's 1 for 2. First pitch to him, a breaking ball for a called strike. 0-1. Freeman getting the start in the catcher's spot tonight. The month of July so far, he has crushed. Coming into today, hitting .500 with 3 homers and 7 RBIs in his first 3 games of July. 0-1 breaking ball down and away. It's 1-1. Freeman, a utility guy, can play in a bunch of different places. One pitch. Breaking ball hit a ton. Deep out towards right field. It is off the top of the wall. Skips in a different direction. Powell has a tough time reading this. 2 runs come in to score. It is an RBI double from Caleb Freeman, who's arguing that should be a home run. And now there will be a debate over that. If it is overturned, it would be the 4th homer of July for Caleb Freeman. And this is certainly what the argument is about between Christian Miranda, the base umpire, and manager Guillermo Quiroz. And now he has warranted a meeting with Austin Machak, the home plate umpire, to discuss this. So it bounced off the side of the wall and hit the top of the wall in right center. But it stayed in. We've seen doubles that have bounced off the top of the wall. They officially ruled it a double. And Freeman stares in disbelief. Nate Shaver comes out. He takes the ball from Yariel Santos. The day is done for him off of this double. Yet bounced off the top of the wall, but it stayed in the park. Anthony Cruz will come on to replace Santos. Asheville down 7-2 in the 5th. This is the Asheville Tourists Broadcast Network. Millionaire for life. That's Anthony Cruz, the right-hander on in relief of Yariel Santos. Cruz making his 17th appearance with an 8.12 ERA through his first 41 innings. 28 walks to 34 strikeouts for the righty, a whip just under 2. He inherits a runner at second base. It's Caleb Freeman, and the Tourists are behind 7-2 in the top of the 5th. Here's Eli Brown from the left side to lead it off. Freeman takes his lead off of second base with 1 gone. First pitch. Breaking ball down and away. Escapes Garcia. Freeman races up to third on the wild pitch. Well, Cruz comes in to try to slow the bleeding. Part of a bullpen that has been tremendous as of late for the Tourists. Just 2 weeks ago, this bullpen was really, really struggling. 1-0 pitch to Brown. Breaking ball, chopped foul, wide of first. And by struggling, I really mean it. Before June 26th, the bullpen ERA was 9.27. But since June 26th, they have just a 4.94 ERA. And in a ballpark that has almost 18 combined runs a game, that is a really good number. See Bryce Collins down there up with the warm-up off. Going back and forth with Freody Batista, who's catching the bullpen. 1-1 pitch, fastball down and away. It's 2-1. And it's been a lot of the same guys that have done it. Colby Langford came on last night, as well as Francisco Frias, Connor Steinbaugh, Garrett Apker, and Jordan Carr. As the 2-1 pitch is a breaking ball away, 3-1. All of those guys combined to go 8 2/3, allowing just 2 runs and striking out 7 after starter Luis Rodriguez left the game clutching his shoulder after recording just 1 out. 3-1 pitch. Fastball low, that's ball 4. And Brown draws a walk. Santos is responsible for Caleb Freeman on third, but as it stands right now, his line is 4 1/3 pitched, 8 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts for the starter. Runners on the corners and 1 gone. Anthony Cruz faces Arxie Hernandez. Right on right. Cruz with the glove at the chest. Checks on first base. No tag from Moss as Brown slides in safely. Sun beginning to set as we're just past the 8 o'clock hour in Asheville. pitch. Breaking ball for a called strike. 0-1 to start off Hernandez. Asheville again has won 10 of its last 11 games, but needs the offense to start clicking today to try to catch what Winston-Salem has done so far. Check on first again, not in time. It was a slow slide back from Brown, but Moss couldn't locate him on the tag in time. Winston-Salem 7, Asheville 2 in the top of the fifth. Runners on the corners and one gone. Cruz is 0-1 pitch. Fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike. Arksy Hernandez struck out twice last night, but picked up 2 singles on a 2-for-4 afternoon. Is 0-for-2 to begin today. 1-1 pitch, runner takes off. Pitch is swung at it, missed the throw down, a beauty, and the tag applied. What a bullet from John Garcia. He erases Eli Brown, and he couldn't have walked it down and placed it better. That is 2 gone and a much-needed out for the Tourists. Look at that rope. And nice tag by Nunez as well, as Brown was sliding past him. 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball, called strike 3, and the inning's over. Just like that, all it takes is 2 pitches, and Anthony Cruz turns the fortunes of this frame on their head. He faces off with Brandon Nye. Lefty-righty first pitch. Breaking ball high, 1-0. Nye began his night with a strikeout, looking in the third. The pitch. Fastball high again, right at the letters. 2-0. 3 for 5 in his debut last night, after moving up from Fayetteville following a signing from the Pioneer League. 2-0 pitch outside, 3-0. He was working in IT sales out of college before his college coach from Oakland said, hey, there may be a spot open for you. And this has been a meteoric rise. 3-0. Breaking ball called his strike. 3-1. So he signs with the Boise Hawks, has an OPS over 1,100, and becomes the first Oakland player to play in professional baseball since 2016. That pitch outside, ball 4. And Nye on base with a walk. That leads off the 5th inning. There's Justin Thomas Jr. You want to talk about due. Statistically, he is really, really due. One of the best hitters in the South Atlantic League. Hasn't gotten a hit in his last 4 games. 0 for 1 today with a walk. Can he do it here? First pitch from Sinibaldi. Fastball hit in the air. Right center field towards the gap. It is caught. Brown raced over from center field and snagged it on the run. That's just the kind of fly balls you're hitting when you're in a slump. Boy, Justin Thomas, that one really looked like it was going to get down. Instead, he heads back to the dugout. That's the first out of the 5th. Caden Powell comes up in his place. Left on right, runner on first, 1 gone. The pitch, down and in, 1-0. Sinibaldi's only given up 2 hits. He's through 4 1/3. Problem for him is he has issued 5 walks tonight. But Asheville hasn't taken advantage. 1-0, fastball, dribbled left side. This could be 2. Throw to second for 1 in time. The throw to first swallowed. And so Nye heads back to the dugout. He's replaced on first by Powell. Nice play by Burrows. He's had a nice day at third base. It was just Perez at second, who struggled at third last night. Ball came out of his glove on the transition. Here's Jack Moss from the left side. First pitch to him, swung on and blooped to short. Lodiz behind the second base bag to first in time, and the inning is over. Quickly after the leadoff walk from Brandon Nye. Sadly for me, those are just for you folks. You can buy your tickets online at milb.com/Asheville/tickets. First pitch from Cruz is a breaking ball down and in to Eddie Park. It misses everything, and it's 1-0. Park will lead off the inning, and he'll be followed by Lodiz and Burrows. 1 for 2 with a double that came back in the fourth. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, launched in off the hands and foul. 1-1. Cruz has been used a lot in long relief, often going 3 innings at a time. 1-1 pitch. Fastball hit on the ground, right side, sharply gloved by Moss. He takes it to the bag himself, and he retires Park. Nice collection by Moss at first. He was shaded over as they were playing the right-handed hitter to pull. And he was in perfect position to get that opposite field shot. The lineup turns over. Here's Kyle Lodiz, 2 for 2. First pitch to Lodiz. Fastball right down the middle from Cruz. 0-1. This also gives us a chance to take a look at the Corona Seltzer scoreboard, a trip around the Astros minor leagues, and some scores from the major leagues. First, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball low. 1-1. Of course, this game where Winston-Salem's on top of Asheville 7-2 in the top of the 6th. At the AA level, Corpus Christi hosting Frisco. Those two tied in the top of the 3rd. 1-1 pitch crushed. Broken bat flare down the line. Thomas makes the running grab. Justin Thomas with a long way to go secures it right by the line. And there's 2 gone. Couple more scores. Albuquerque and Sugar Land just underway. The Space Cowboys now under 500, looking to climb back up. And earlier today, Fayetteville fell to Wilson 6-4. First pitch to Burrows, a breaking ball over the heart of the plate. He takes it for strike 1. He is crushing, 2 for 2 with a homer. Breaking ball swung on and missed. He's down 0-2. Last night, he went 2 for 3 with a homer. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, flared foul. Asheville wearing their white jerseys on back-to-back nights. That's a rarity. The teal jerseys, or rather jade, are getting new stitching. 0-2 fastball high, 1-2. They're getting a new patch from USAA on the side of the jersey. Those have been added to all the minor league jerseys in the last few weeks. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, blocked in the dirt by Garcia. 2-2. Asheville needs its offense to come pick it up on the other side. It'll be Ochoa, Hernandez, and O'Day once Cruz can end the inning. 2-2 pitch to Burrows. Fastball roped towards the gap. Thomas back towards the wall. It is gone again. There may be no hotter hitter in minor league baseball than Ryan Burrows. Home runs on back-to-back at-bats. He has 3 long balls in the first 2 games of this series. And it is 8-2, Winston-Salem. The first 2 were anybody's guess. This one, he knew it was gone. Celebrated rounding second base. 8-2 lead. Ryan Burrows back to the dugout. Gerald Perez takes a first pitch fastball up and in. 1-0. Homers in the 5th and 6th for Burrows. 1-0 pitch, big hack and a miss. 0-2. 1-1, grounded left side foul. Cruz is working very quickly now. You'll have to wait for just a second as this ball has to be cleared out of left field. Anytime a ground ball is hit with the padding all around and pretty close margins in foul grounds, everything bounces back out onto the field. 1-2 pitch to Perez. Fastball high, right at the eyes of the right-handed hitter. Perez tonight 1 for 3. Came in hitting 142 over his last 7 games. The pitch. Breaking ball chopped off the protector of Garcia. Might have connected with his mask. Might have been why it fell, but it looked a little bit lower than that. Regardless, it's still 2-2. And Cruz continues to work quickly. Shakes off Garcia a couple times and now delivers. Breaking ball lined left side foul. Perez turned on it just a little bit too early. Still 2-2 at the plate. Winston-Salem an 8-2 lead. It was increased on a solo shot this inning from Ryan Burrows. His second homer today. He came into this series hot. He continues to be hot in this series. 2-2 pitch. Fastball popped up. Right side, foul ground. Moss underneath it from first. He makes the grab and ends the inning. Inning number 6 for Sinibaldi. He faces Neomar Ochoa Jr. First pitch to the right-handed hitter is a breaking ball for a called strike. 0-1. After Ochoa, it's Cesar Hernandez and Zach Daudet. Ochoa in the Clear Choice Auto Glass cleanup spot today. Next pitch, outside on a fastball, 1-1. Had a single his last time up, but then was kept at third base. The Tourists leaving more on the base paths. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball down and in. 2-1. Just 2 hits tonight for the Tourists off of Sinibaldi. He's been spectacular. 2-1 fastball away. 3-1. The funny part is he's got 5 walks to 3 strikeouts, but other than that, he's been great. 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball away. Make that 6 walks to 3 strikeouts. But again, he's only allowed 2 hits, so nothing has really come around to hurt him. Nobody on the Tourists has an RBI base hit today. The 2 runs scored came first off an Ochoa sac fly in the bottom of the first to tie the game at 1. And then later on, Cesar Hernandez loaded the bases on a fielder's choice. Alejandro Nunez brought in a run on another fielder's choice. Those are the only 2 runs for the Tourists today. Here is Hernandez. He hits from the left side, runner on first, nobody gone. The lefty Sinibaldi winds and fires. Breaking ball high. At the eyes of Hernandez, it's 1-0. 1 for 2 with a single. And after taking the gear off, the arm guard and the leg guard earlier, he has yet to put them back on. 1-0 pitch, fastball, called strike. 1-1. He's had plenty of time to try to figure out if it'll work, if it'll stay on him, but he's decided to go bare for today. 1-1 pitch. Runner takes off. Pitch is cut on and missed. The throw down. Ochoa slides past it safe. He runs like a gazelle. That's another Philip Price lost stolen base. You can call Philip at 828-633-2374 or go to philippricelaw.com. Ochoa just with so much speed. That is a guy that is 240 pounds and has made some starts in the last couple weeks in center field. He really looks like a potential major league prospect. As now Sinibaldi looks inside his cap, maybe his pitch comm device, something up with that, as he talks with his catcher, Caleb Freeman. Neomar Ochoa is a guy whose name does not appear on any of the top 30 lists as of right now for MLB Pipeline. But you bet as soon as that new list comes out, probably some point around after the All-Star break, I mean, it'd be hard-pressed not to put him top 10 as a prospect. He's only 20 years old, has a major league frame, and plays good defense. 1-2 pitch. He takes off again. Pitch is popped up left side and flared foul. Ochoa will have to head back. Caught off the bounce. Look at that. What an outfit, too. The hat, the glasses. He looks like a 1910s baseball player. I think that's what they used to use in the Cap Anson days. Pre-Honus Wagner. 1-2 pitch again. Breaking ball down and away. Hernandez squats and shuffles out of the box. He's evened the count back up at 2-2. Ochoa didn't bother to try taking off there. We'll see if he tries it this time. 2-2 pitch. He holds put. Swing and a dribbler down the line. This could stay fair, and it does. Cesar Hernandez. His second single today. Both of them soft contact, but it counts all the same. Runners on the corners now with nobody gone. That thing wasn't going to roll foul at any point, but by the time Sinibaldi could get to it to pick it up, he had no chance. And just like that, his day is done. Justin Sinibaldi comes out of the game, and this is the best chance the Tourists have had to do something, considering that he's only allowed 3 hits so far. Who comes on to make his 19th appearance with Winston-Salem, a 3.83 ERA at this level this season. 40 innings pitched for him on the year. He faces off right on right with Dode. First pitch, fastball low, 1-0. Dode has runners on the corners and nobody gone in the bottom of the 6th. This is the biggest chance Asheville has had to do some significant damage today, although they did have the bases loaded back in the 4th. 1-0 pitch, fastball, roped foul. Dode just too far behind it. It ends up over top of the seats, and it's 1-1. A run in the first, a run in the 4th. That is it for the Tourists tonight. One pitch. Breaking ball high. 2-1 to Dode. If Asheville can pull out a win tonight and Jersey Shore loses, that means for the first time in a really long time, Asheville will no longer be last place in the league. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Nubbed foul. Third base side just past the coach's box. It's 2-2. Think of how miraculous of a turnaround that is. Asheville was way in the basement behind everybody. Now they're just a half game back of Jersey Shore at this point, and 5 games back of Greenville in the overall season. Right now, they're first place in the South Atlantic League Southern Division. 2-2 pitch. Runner takes off. Pitch is low. The throw down, a good one. Hernandez is tagged out. Nice throw by Freeman behind the dish. And it was awfully close at second base. Hernandez took off. The throw down, it was a nice tag, and Hernandez did not get a foot to the bag. The first thing that touched the bag was his left arm. Asheville got aggressive, and it did not pay off. Now here's the 3-1. Swing and a pop-up. Stays on the infield. Perez over from second base. He makes the grab. And oh boy, this has gone rotten for the Tourists. Had runners on the corners, nobody gone. But Asheville got aggressive, and it did not pay off. That shouldn't be a surprise, though, for Asheville. That is a system-wide thing for the Tourists. Not for the Tourists, rather, for the Astros in general. try to get a lot of steals, send a lot of runners. Runner on third now, 2 gone. First pitch to Alejandro Nunez is a fastball low. Curtis is 1 out away from working out of the jam that Justin Sinibaldi left him. The pitch, fastball. Low again on Nunez. 2-0. Walked his first time up. Knocked in a run on a fielder's choice right after that. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball called strike on Nunez. Winston-Salem with an 8-2 lead. Jake Curtis on the mound, the second pitcher for the Dash today. Just 3 hits for the Tourists. 2 of them belong to Cesar Hernandez. 2-1, fastball down and in, 3-1. None of those 3 hits have been of significant contact for the Tourists. 2 floated balls, 1 for Ochoa, 1 for Hernandez, and then a dribbler down the line. 3-1 is skied. Straight away center field, kind of shallow. Lodiz out from short makes the grab and ends the inning. Anthony Cruz to the lefty George Walkow. Breaking ball for a called strike. 0-1 to begin the 7th. Walkow 1 for 3 with a double today. 0-1 pitch from Cruz. Breaking ball down and away. He doesn't offer. It's a ball and a strike. Walkow, a Chicago area guy, drafted by the White Sox out of high school. 1-1 pitch. Fastball downstairs, 2-1. 6'7", 239 pounds. He's just 20 years old. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit back up the middle, off of Cruz. Now it's a slow dribbler. Nunez bare hand, throw to first, behind Walkow. He legs it out for a single. Cruz got himself in front of it, but it ends up just slowing down Alejandro Nunez, who tried his best to make the play, but he just couldn't. Leadoff man aboard for Winston-Salem. James Taussig to the plate. 0 for 2 with a walk today. Riding a 7-game hit streak in. He doesn't have a base knock. First pitch, runner takes off. Pitch is a called strike. The throw down in time. John Garcia again. The second time tonight that he's hosed a runner. Yet another that he's placed on the money. Walkow, a fast guy. But boy, what a throw. These throws from Garcia are in perfect placement. A 1 pitch bounces in the dirt. It's 1-1. The first time he caught a runner stealing, it was Eli Brown. Had him by a couple steps. But Brown not the fastest runner. Walkow, long strides for him. Just got nailed at second. 1 gone. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, grounded right side. Nunez onto it. Easier play for him this time as he throws to first. And it's in time to retire Taussig. He is 0 for 3 tonight and may only get one more chance to not end his 7-game hit streak. Alejandro Nunez has just had so much to do. Good amount of left-handed hitting bats in the lineup. 5 tonight, including the switch hitting Caleb Freeman. Here it is. Fastball to Freeman. Strike 1. Freeman, his last time up, launched a double that went off the side of the right field wall cutout and bounced off the top just below right center. 0-1. Breaking ball for a called strike. 0-2. Freeman scored 2 on the double, and as he went into second base, he threw his hands up and said, hey, why is that not out? Well, not in this park. 0-2 hit in the air. Left center field. Powell over. Thomas underneath it from left, and he makes the grab and ends the inning. Scoreless inning from Anthony Cruz after he allows the leadoff single to George Walkow John Garcia steps up and guns him down. Bottom of the 7th inning on the Asheville Tourists broadcast network. It is an 8-2 Winston-Salem lead. The Tourists just 2 runs on 3 hits after putting up 11 in the opening game of this series. It's a 2nd inning for Jake Curtis after taking over from Sinibaldi. He will face John Garcia. First pitch to the catcher is a fastball down and in, 1-0. After Garcia, it'll be Brandon Nye and Justin Thomas Jr. This is 8-9-1 for the Tees. The righty deals, fastball, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Garcia. In the last inning, Garcia threw a frozen rope to second, caught Walkow stealing. 2-0, broken bat, ground ball left side, fielded by Lodiz, deep in the hole, off-balance throw. What a throw it was. That bat broken clean in half, handed to Nate Shaver. Likely the bat Garcia hit his home run with last night. Boom. Split in 2. What a jump throw from Lodiz. As Garcia beaten to first base. Brandon Nye up now. 0 for 1 with a walk. There's Kyle Lodiz after making the nice play from short. Right on right. Curtis to Nye. Fastball, called strike. 0-1 to begin the at-bat. 3 for 5 last night, led the team with 3 RBIs in that 11-run night. A 1 pitch, fastball, rocketed foul. That was a hot shot off the bat. But now Nye is behind 0-2. Bottom of the 7th, Winston-Salem up by 6. 0-2 pitch. Fastball sprayed foul. Last night, Nye had as many hits as the Tourists currently do for this entire game. 0-2 pitch. Fastball high. Nye holds back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, we said for Sinibaldi, the book on him was he'll go at least 4 or 5. Pretty much every game. He went 5 today. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball low and away. Count runs to 2-2. Sinibaldi's final line, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, 6 walks out of nowhere, and 3 strikeouts, but he still did a nice job. 2-2 pitch, grounded right side and through into right field. When no one's hitting, Brandon Nye is hitting. Still, 4 hits in 2 days for Asheville. He took that one the opposite way, and maybe that can spark something because the lineup is turning over for Justin Thomas Jr. A 1-out single for Nye puts a runner on first. Here's Thomas from the right side against the righty Curtis. Asheville chasing 6. First pitch, breaking ball for a called strike. 0-1. Official attendance numbers rolling in for tonight. 1,788 people. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball low. A ball and a strike to Thomas. Getting the start in left field tonight. Had a really nice grab in the 6th to rob a hit down the line from Lodiz. 1-1 pitch. Fastball below the zone. Freeman sprung up as if he was going to gun to second base. It was just a long leadoff at first from Brandon Nye. Hasn't been sent yet. Arxie Hernandez holding him on. 2-1 pitch. Fastball away, 3-1. A very friendly count to the big bat. Teddy Tourists wearing the jade tonight. Just wandering through the crowd. Bear activities. 3-1. Roped foul. Takes a hard slam off the netting in front of the Champion Credit Union club in left. Bounces back out onto the field. That thing trampolined off the screen. Nice crowd down there tonight. One of the best places to catch a game at this ballpark. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball below the zone. That is ball 4. Thomas walks for the second time today. Brandon Nye up to second base now. Here comes Caden Powell. Tourists certainly not out of this thing, especially in this ballpark. Again, the average game here has 18 runs between the two teams. Well, we still need 8 more to get to that point, with Winston-Salem in front 8-2. Bottom of the 7th, runners on first and second and 1 gone. Right on right. Curtis's first pitch to Caden Powell. Fastball at the knees for a called strike. Powell searching for his first hit tonight. First 3 in the order tonight, all hitless. 0-1, breaking ball down and away, 1-1. Thomas hasn't collected a hit, although he's walked twice. Currently is on first base. Powell hitless but has walked. Jack Moss hitless but has walked. 1-1 pitch. Fastball crush foul. Got it top middle. And Powell behind it to fall behind 1-2. Asheville looking for some offense. Can they get it from Caden Powell? Back pick to second base. Safe. Nye slides in. And takes a deep breath at second base. Bright white jersey, all dirty. Curtis looks back his way. Now deals. Swing and a ground ball, left side, fielded by Lodiz. Flip to second for 1. Relay throw to first. Double play again, and Powell slams his helmet in frustration. 3.60 ERA for him. 11 walks to 16 strikeouts over his first month up from Fayetteville. Wells will face Eli Brown. Arksy Hernandez, Eddie Park. That is 7, 8, and 9 for Winston-Salem. Right-hander against the lefty Brown. Winston-Salem an 8-2 lead over Asheville. First pitch, lofted, left side. Thomas back on it and makes the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out for Jackson Wells after the second pitching change today for the Tourists. Brought to you, as always, by the North Carolina Education Lottery's Millionaire for Life. Drawing 7 days a week, winning is just the beginning. Wells walks back up the hill to face Arksy Hernandez. 0 for 3 today. Right on right the first pitch. Breaking ball, chopped foul. Wide of third base. Rolls to the railing. Cesar Bina, the strength coach, goes out of the dugout, picks it up. Wells lifts the leg and fires. Breaking ball, big swing and a miss. Ooh, beautiful pitch from him. He's been good. Outside of one day where he allowed 4 home runs, it's been pretty much clean other than that. 0-2 pitch skips in the dirt on a fastball. 1-2. He winds and fires. Breaking ball skips off the protector of Garcia and trickles away. Arksy Hernandez, pink arm sleeve going all the way down. That's a nice look. The pink and the purple on the Winston-Salem jersey. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Check swing, but no swing from Hernandez again. And the count is now full after he started him off 0-2. The ball got away into center field on the throw back to Wells and has to be cleared off the field. The relay goes Nunez to Dode to the dugout. And Wells back up the hill for a payoff pitch to Hernandez. One gone, bases empty in the top of the 8th. Here it is. Breaking ball hit in the air. Foul ground left side, and Nye watches it enter the seats. Some kids waiting for a ball there. That one went just over their heads. Maybe they had a chance at it. Gloves at the ready. Another payoff pitch. Fastball away, ball 4, and Hernandez battles his way to a walk. Laid off a lot of strikeout stuff from Wells to take his free pass. Certainly not free. First walk from Jackson Wells this afternoon. That'll bring up Eddie Park, 9-hole hitter. Right on left. First pitch to Park. Breaking ball downstairs, check swing, appeal to second. He did not go around. Rules Christian Miranda. Sky darkening at Home Trust Park. 10 minutes to 9 o'clock Eastern. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball spoiled back. A ball and a strike to Eddie Park. Played his college ball at Stanford before ending up in Winston-Salem. Two teams that are in the same conference now in college athletics, Wake Forest and Stanford. 1-1, breaking ball low, blocked by Garcia. He throws off the mask and has his eyes trained at Hernandez as he holds him to first base. Crazy to think about how now Park's Stanford team would have been in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Not many ACC guys on this Tourists team. A lot of SEC, including almost Jackson Wells, who was committed to Arkansas, his dream school. 2-1, fastball at the knees for a called strike. 2-2. He had pitched for a while at Arkansas Little Rock, had done fantastic there, committed to Arkansas, even got an NIL check for them. But then when the Astros came knocking, he couldn't help but make the move to the professional level. 2-2 pitch, fastball, lined left side and through in a left field, a base hit. Hernandez moves up to second base and stops there. It is hit number 11 today for Winston-Salem. The second on the night for Park. He is 2 for 4 in his return to high A and has been moved all over the board this season. Lineup turns over. Here's Kyle Lodiz for the 5th time tonight. Lodiz a double to lead off the ball game, since then 0 for 3. Runners on first and second. Infield at double play depth. The pitch. Fastball down the middle, a called strike. 0-1. Asheville has won 10 of its last 11. But this one not looking so good for the Tourists. Just 2 runs on 4 hits tonight. And Wells steps off ahead of the 0-1. Last time out for him against Hub City, he worked himself into a jam. Had the lead in the top of the 9th and a big one at that. Loaded the bases, but then got out of it. No runs came in to score. Looking to do the same here. Breaking ball low. 1-1 to Lodiz. Kyle Lodiz, top 10 prospect for the White Sox organization. 9 home runs for him on the season. He's played really great defense at short today. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball down and in. A long wait for Jackson Wells before the pitch. Here it is. 2-1, chopped foul. 2-2. Kyle O'Dee's a third-round pick out of Georgia Tech last season, starting to make his way through the ranks. Part of a big baseball family, including his cousin Alex, who plays in the Braves organization. 2-2, fastball, called strike 3. Got the edge on Lodis, his second strikeout tonight, just the 4th strikeout for Asheville pitching. And just the 7th combined. That brings up Ryan Burroughs. His last 2 times up, the ball has ended up over the wall. Last time up, it ended just slightly over the wall. The first time cleared the scoreboard, which is something that is really rare here in Asheville. He hits from the right side. First pitch to him, a breaking ball low. Garcia rips off the mask and stares down Hernandez at second. It's Park on first base with 2 gone. Burroughs in this series is 5 for 6 with 3 homers. But all 3 of them solo shots. That's just 3 RBIs. 1-0 pitch. Fastball down the chute. Strike 1. Back-to-back nights without Kyle Walker in the lineup for the Tourists. That's pretty rare. It's his 3rd off day in the last week. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, chopped foul, just past third base. 1-2. Walker usually starting at second base. Every once in a while, he'll make the start at shortstop. But there was a series of a couple months where Walker just did not have an off day in between April and June. And now he's had 3 again in the last week. Tonight, Nunez gets the start at second base. He's been asked to do a lot, and he's done it. 1-2, breaking ball low, and Burroughs lays off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No errors for either team today. After errors affected the dash last night, they only had 1, but they had a couple of fielding plays that were a little shaky. 2-2, fastball waved at and missed. Strike 3. After last night just being a triple shy of the cycle. Ochoa 1 hit on his line. Hernandez 2 hits. They have combined for 3 of the 4 hits for the T's. Jake Curtis looks in. It's right on left to begin the bottom of the 8th. First pitch, fastball. Fouled. Moss behind on the heater, sent it off to the left side. Did draw a walk back in the 4th. That led off the inning. The Tourists have done a good job getting the leadoff man aboard in this game. 0-1, fastball high and out. Did it in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, 6th, and nearly in the 7th, but Garcia couldn't leg out a single or a near single on a ball down the left field line. 1-1, breaking ball roped right side. That's a base hit for Jack Moss. He holds up at first base after the leadoff single, and yet another frame where the Tourists get the leadoff man aboard. 5th hit today. And it brings up Neomar Ochoa Jr. now. Curtis has been good. This is the reliever you want if you're Winston-Salem trying to get a game back on the Tourists. If they win today, the gap will be just 1 in the South Atlantic League. First pitch to Ochoa, a breaking ball for a called strike. He does not go first pitch swinging often. Likes to see one before he offers. Here's the 0-1. Fastball inside. Nearly got him on the hands. 92 miles an hour from Curtis. Looked a whole lot faster as it whizzed by him. 1-1 pitch. Fastball down the middle. Freeman, the catcher, had set up a bit outside. but reached the glove back over to grab it. Ochoa is down 1-2. Sack fly to open up the scoring for Asheville. All the way back in the first. 1-2, breaking ball roped down the right field line towards the corner, just foul. It cleared the wall right of the pole, and he'll have to go back. You could only imagine with the power of Ochoa, if he was a lefty here, boy, he'd have home runs every night. Just 297 to right, but that wall 36 feet high. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a liner. This time it's a lot lower, but it goes to the gap. This could be extra bases. Ochoa on his way up to second. Moss to third. He slides in safely. It's a multi-hit night for Neomar Ochoa. He doubles to move Moss to third, and there's two in scoring position for Asheville. Just snuck it past Walkow, who had to read it off the wall. Great speed from Ochoa as he slid into second base. And now a mound visit. Just like that, the day is done for Jake Curtis. He gets credit for 2 innings and exits the ball game. We'll have his numbers and the new reliever on the other side. You're watching the Asheville Tourist Broadcast Network. New arm on the mound, it's the lefty Trey Cooper on to make his 10th appearance for Winston-Salem, brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery's Millionaire for Life. With the new Millionaire for Life, you can win $1 million now and every year for a lifetime. Winning is just the beginning. A 5.23 ERA for Cooper, 8 walks to 12 strikeouts for the lefty. His task is to hold Ochoa at second, Moss at third. After a leadoff single from Moss and a double from Ochoa, it's 2 in scoring position for Cesar Hernandez. Rally tarps are off for a couple down the right field line. Here's Cesar Hernandez. Left on left. The first pitch from Cooper. Breaking ball cut on and missed. 0-1. Curtis is responsible for those runners on second and third as it stands. His line, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits. Nothing else but a walk. 0-1, breaking ball flared foul. Hernandez behind 0-2, and he looked frustrated as he left the box. Thought maybe that would have been a great pitch to hit. Instead, he's down to his final strike and widens his stance. Cooper gets a sign he likes. Delivers the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and away, and Hernandez stays away. Ochoa on second, Moss on third. Asheville chasing 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th. The good news is, though, nobody gone as of right now. 1-2 pitch, fastball, lofted, down the left field line, twisting towards the club. The catch is not made. Oh, Burrows had a good chance to underhand that thing, but just a little bit too tough of a play to make. Him and Park converged right in front of the Champion Credit Union Club. He tried to underhand that ball. Instead, it lands foul, and Hernandez stays alive to see another pitch. Now the 1-2 from Trey Cooper. Breaking ball, chopper right back to him. Gloved behind the bag. The throw goes to first to retire Hernandez, but a run comes in to score for Asheville. The first time since the 4th inning. Jack Moss brought in from third base as Neomar Ochoa moves up 90 feet to third. Hernandez picks up an RBI on his line, but Asheville will need a lot more than that if it wants to come back tonight. Good night for Cesar Hernandez, though. 2 base knocks and an RBI. First pitch to Zach Daudet. He swings and fouls off a fastball first base side. 0-1. Daudet hitless tonight. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Checks his bat towards the mound, waves it above the right shoulder. A 1 pitch, fastball, called strike on that outside edge. Well placed by Trey Cooper. The run that scored is charged to the line of Jake Curtis, the first earned run he's allowed. 0-2, breaking ball, hit on the ground, left side. That is a foul ball. Oh, just barely. Looked like it may have skipped over the bag. And Burrows tried to make a miraculous throw from his backside over at third. Take another look. Hot shot down the line. Looks like it skips over the bag. Nate Shaver was pointing fair, but it's ruled dead by Austin Mashak, home plate umpire. So Dode behind 0-2. 1 gone and a runner on third. Here's the pitch. Fastball at the eyes. 1-2. After Dode, it'll be Alejandro Nunez. He waits on deck. Ochoa leads off of third. 1-2, breaking ball, tapped foul. Heads up. That thing careened into the bullpen, just over the head of Jack Moss, who had to duck out of the way. Dode giving souvenirs to his own team out ahead of the breaking ball. It's still a 1-2 count. Cooper winds and fires. Fastball line to the backstop. Two and a half hours into this one. Bottom of the 8th. Winston-Salem 8, Asheville 3. Down to their final 5 outs. 1-2 pitch. Softly lined, and it drops in right field. Ochoa charges from third. The throw goes home. He slides in front of it, and Dode motors up to second base. RBI single from Zach Dode, his first base knock today. And for the first time all night, the Tourists have put up 2 runs in an inning. Ochoa in from third, got a late jump on that thing. And with how shallow right field is, it was never a given. But he did well to race in and score right in front of a nice throw from Walkout that ended just up the line. That'll bring up Alejandro Nunez, runner on second. 1 gone. Can the rally continue? Left on left, first pitch. Fastball lined foul. Served over top of the Best Buy Metals Pavilion in left. Nunez behind 0-1. Is 0 for 2 today after a multi-hit night last night. Cooper checks the runner at second and comes home. Fastball high with such velocity that it knocked the dust out of the glove of Freeman behind the plate. The lefties pitch in there at 94 miles an hour. 1-1. Fastball away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Nunez. Dode moving up to second base was also pretty big on the throw-in to try to get Ochoa at the plate. Takes off the double play. 2-1. Breaking ball high. Nunez has a chance to walk for the second time tonight. His third 3-ball count of the afternoon. There's Zach Dode. His single just cut the lead in half. It's 8-4. The pitch up and in. Did that hit him? Time called. That knocked off of something. It was either his body or off the nub of the bat to try to protect himself. The ruling is off the nub of the bat. Let's take another look. Yep, that got redirected off the middle of the barrel. And so he'll stand back in as Nate Shaver giving Austin Mashak an earful from behind the plate. Nunez says it hit him first before it hit his barrel. And he clearly did not go around, but he shakes his head and stands back in the lefty box. Cooper picks up a strike on him, and now the count is full. Runner on second and one gone. The payoff pitch. Swing and a liner foul. Nunez stays alive. Bouncing foul ball. Everybody's fighting for it. A kid winds up with it on the bounce. He's got 2 foul balls today. Lucky guy. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second and one gone. Dode breaks for third. The throw is high. The tag, not in time. Oh, Zach Dode, a little lucky there. He took off a little too early. But it's a Philip Price Law stolen base. Call Philip at 828-633-2374 or go to philippricelaw.com. Woof. Awfully close. And then knocks Burrows to the ground on his way there. So a runner on third now. Anything to the outfield that's deep enough could probably score him, but Nunez wants more than just that. 3-2 pitch is low. That's ball 4. Freeman finds it underneath himself. And Nunez draws a walk to put runners on the corners. This rally starting to look a little promising for the Tourists. Still chasing 4, but that does mean the tying run is on deck. First, it'll be John Garcia that heads to the plate. But before all of that, it's a mound visit. Another one from Jacob Duras, the pitching coach. Gathers the entire infield. And Asheville starting to rally a little bit for the first time today. There's a right-hander up and warming in case Cooper can't get this thing done. That's Matthias Lacombe in the pen. Cooper left alone on the mound now. The book is closed on Jake Curtis. He is charged with 2 earned runs after both of them led in by Cooper. Now it's John Garcia. Runners on the corners and 1 gone. Asheville down 4 in the bottom of the 8th. The pitch. Fastball down and in, 1-0. Garcia tonight 0 for 3 has grounded into a double play. That was back in the second. One of 2 double plays the Tourists have grounded into tonight. 1-0 pitch. Fastball down the middle. He does not offer. And it's 1-1. Garcia had his first home run for the Tourists this year last night. Hasn't had the same luck today. Broke his bat the last time up. Step off and a throw to first. Not in time to get Nunez, who's back in standing. Some soft boos from the crowd. Again at 1,788 tonight at its peak. Cooper with the glove at the chest. Kicks and deals. Fastball, big hack and a miss. Oh boy, Garcia put everything into that swing and could not connect at 94. He's behind 1-2. Brandon Nye waiting on deck. Winston-Salem 8, Asheville 4 in the bottom of the 8th. Cooper looks in. He agrees on a pitch. It's a 1-2 to Garcia. Swing and a liner. Serve to center. Center field slips. It's over the top of Brown's head and up towards the wall. One comes in to score. Nunez rounds third. The throw goes to short, and it's swallowed in center field. John Garcia scores 2 on a double, and the rally continues. It is 4 runs in the frame for the Tourists, and this is just a 2-run ball game in the bottom of the 8th. Brown slipped on his way back to it as he started in and then had to go back. And now the day will be done for Trey Cooper. The tying run will come to the plate in the form of Brandon Nye in the bottom of the 8th. The Tourists still have 5 outs to work with. They've put up 5 hits in the frame. Lacombe winds and fires. Breaking ball away. 3-1. Brandon Nye ahead in the count. Matthias Lacombe on the mound. Only 10 walks in his first 22 and a third innings pitched. There's 3-1. Breaking ball called, strike on the outside edge, and the count runs full. Oh, he just barely clipped it on the breaking ball, but he did get it. Full count to Nye with a runner on second and one gone. The payoff pitch. Swing and a ground ball. Chopped left side. Lacombe charges. Fires to first. Nye can't beat it out. He moves Garcia up to third, but grounds out. A nice play from Lacombe. Didn't look all that comfortable charging off the mound. He ranged down into his right to get it, barehanded it, and waited a second before he threw to first, but still got 9. Now the lineup turns over for Justin Thomas Jr., searching for his first hit today. Asheville was struggling in that department till this inning, where they've hit 5. The first pitch to him. Fastball inside, 1-0. Justin Thomas on the season has 12 home runs. 9 of them have taken the lead in games. If he hits one here, it would be to tie. 1-0, breaking ball down the middle, he doesn't offer. 1-1. Lacombe, the lowest ERA on Winston-Salem by a mile. He's the only one in the 2s. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball. High chopper. Wide of third. Foul. Barehanded by Shaver in the coach's box. Thomas down 1-2. And Lacombe a strike away from getting out of this bottom of the 8th. 4 runs have come across to score for Asheville to make this thing a game. It is 8-6 Winston-Salem. Runner on third. 2 gone. It's a 1-2 pitch from Lacombe to Thomas Jr. Breaking ball downstairs. Steely take from Thomas as it misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stands back in. Waves his bat. And is ready to go. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a rocket foul to right. Deep into the night sky in Asheville. Winston-Salem, 8 runs on 11 hits, no errors. Asheville, 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Lacombe takes a deep breath. Another 2-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball, right side, gloved at second. Perez's throw in time. And Thomas is retired. The rally cannot continue to the point of taking the lead, but the Tourists send 8 to the plate and pull across 4 runs coming on 4 hits, no errors, and leave a runner on base. 15 walks to 8 strikeouts for the righty. He faces his former team in a lineup he knows really, really well. Gerald Perez leads it off from the right side. He'll be followed by Walkow and Taussig. First pitch from the righty is a fastball high, 1-0. Perez today, 1 for 2 with a double. He brought in 2 runs off that 2-bagger in the 3rd. 1-0, fastball high again, 2-0. The issue for Collins has been the walks. 15 walks for him so far in 12 2/3 innings. 2-0 pitch, breaking ball down the middle, that's a called strike. Collins pitched for years in the White Sox system. He knows every guy on this Winston-Salem team. 2-1, fastball flared back, 2-2. To the point where over these last couple games, Collins has been going over, talking with the guys before the games. Even today, when a guy threw last night and wasn't out there to shag BP, Collins was pointing out to the field saying, hey, where's Jake Peppers? He's got to go get BP. 2-2, lofted left side. That is a base hit. It is a lead-off single off the bat of Gerald Perez. Second hit for him tonight. And Winston-Salem trying to blow the gap back open between the Tourists and the Dash. 8-6 game in the top of the 9th. For those who care about the trivial thing of overall season no longer being last place, Jersey Shore is on top of Frederick right now, 7-2 in the 7th. First pitch to Walkow, sent out to center field. Powell back on it, and makes the grab a few steps in front of the track. A loud out number 1. Every time Walkow makes contact, it looks like it might go a mile. 1 pitch, 1 out to George Walkow, and it brings up James Taussig. Tonight, he's 0 for 3. Right on left. Collins fires. A fastball fouled back to the screen. 0-1. 12 hits tonight for Winston-Salem. Last night, they put up 9, but only got 3 runs out of it. A 1 pitch. Fastball up and away. 1-1 to Taussig. He entered today on a 7-game hit streak, but has not connected on a base hit yet. Winston-Salem looking on, trying to close the gap on top of the Southern Division to just 1 game between Asheville and the Dash. 1-1 pitch. Grounder, right side foul. Moss picks it up wide of first and underhands it to the Dash dugout. Creeping up on 3 hours into this one. Two-run game, top of the 9th. Runner on first, 1 gone. 1-2 pitch. Fastball, check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Christian Miranda rings him up at second base, and the hit streak is over for Taussig. After 7 games, it comes to an end, and he heads back to the dugout. Take another look. Yep. Doesn't really appear he held up. So 2 gone, and that'll bring up Caleb Freeman. First pitch to him. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. Collins served that thing in there. 94 miles an hour from the righty. Freeman 2 for 4 tonight, including a double that nearly left the yard as Collins steps off ahead of the 0-1 pitch. Runner on first now, 2 gone. The pitch. Fastball spoiled back. 0-2. Freeman, the switch hitting catcher. Not just a catcher, but a utility player. So he can really do everything. First base, outfield, catcher. Hits from the left and the right. 0-2 pitch. Fastball away. 1-2 to Freeman. This month, he's put up 8 hits. A total of 10 RBIs. 1-2, breaking ball inside. 2-2. He's worked the count back even with Bryce Collins. If you check LSU's page from the College World Series championship team in 2023, Bryce Collins' face is right next to Paul Skeens. 2-2 pitch high and away. Count runs full. He's a high pedigree pitcher, trying to find his footing in Asheville after his time in Winston-Salem. He's got a chance at a big hold here. It's a full count with 2 outs and a runner on first. The pitch. Swing and a ground ball. Foul. Just past first. Freeman nods his head outside of the righty box. A lot of baseball left to be played, but this series very important between these two teams. The only time they'll play against each other in Asheville this season. They'll face each other again in Winston-Salem later in the year. Another payoff pitch, spoiled foul. The winner of this series likely ends up with first place in the division. So far, a 1-0 lead for Asheville after an 11-3 win last night. Another payoff pitch, breaking ball high, nearly gets Freeman in the face, and he flips his bat on a walk as he heads to first base. Jarrell Perez up to second. Still 2 gone, so all Collins has to do is focus on Eli Brown at the plate. Tonight, he's 0 for 3 with a walk. Brown had a bit of a mistake in center, which helped contribute to the rally that the Tourists put up in the bottom of the 8th. It was 4 runs scored in that frame, and now pitching coach Craig Prince comes out to talk with Collins before this at-bat. Again, he just needs 1 more out to hold it in its place, which would certainly give Asheville a chance in the bottom of the 9th. That bottom of the 9th will feature Powell, Moss, and Ochoa. But first, you got to get past Eli Brown. Runners on first and second and 2 gone. This game has a new lease on life. Collins looks in. He's ready to go. It's right on left. First pitch, big breaking ball, but upstairs. Ball 1. Oh, he tried to drop that thing and sneak it to the top of the zone, but he couldn't quite drop it quick enough. 1-0. Collins has just a massive, massive breaking ball. 1-0 pitch. He goes fastball, and it's line foul. Brown behind it. 1-1. Selfless play by that lady, giving the kid a ball. 1-1 pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. And another 2-strike count for Bryce Collins. Last time he couldn't put away Freeman, he walked him. Runners on first and second, 2 gone. Bryce Collins against his former team, Winston-Salem. He's set at the belt. 1-2 pitch. Just off the plate. Ball 2. The crowd getting antsy. He's gone a lot heavier on the fastball than he has in previous appearances for the Tourists. Now a 2-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Bryce Collins, and the Tourists have a chance in the bottom of the 9th. It'll be the right-hander Lacombe against the right-handed hitting Caden Powell to begin the bottom of the 9th. 2 to tie, 3 to go home. The first pitch from Lacombe. Breaking ball high, 1-0 to start the at-bat with Powell. Hasn't been his night tonight. 0 for 3 with a walk to increase his streak to 10 straight games with a walk. Lacombe set. His 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball inside, backs Powell off the plate. He's ahead 2-0. Lacombe looks in, chain dangling from around his neck. Right on top of those black and purple pinstripes. 2-0 pitch. Fastball inside, 3-0 to Powell. Lacombe has only walked 10 batters in his first 23 innings this year for Winston-Salem. He's behind 3-0 to Caden Powell. With 3 on the clock, he kicks and deals. Fastball inside, ball 4. Caden Powell draws a leadoff walk on just 4 pitches from Lacombe. The tying run now comes to the plate. Jack Moss had a homer last night as he finished a triple shy of the cycle. Tonight, not as good, but he singled his last time up to spark that rally in the 8th. First pitch to him. He swings and misses at a fastball from Lacombe. 0-1. Moss 1 for 3 tonight with a walk. Checks his bat towards the mound. Runner on first. Nobody gone. The 0-1 pitch, a fastball high and out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Moss. Winston-Salem 8, Asheville 6 in the bottom of the 9th. Tourists trying to walk this thing off. 1-1 pitch. Called strike on the outside edge to Moss, who lets his arms go limp by his side in disagreement with the call from Austin Machak. Rally caps are on. They're inverted all around the ballpark. She's not even watching the game. She's got the rally cap on. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball away. 2-2 to Moss. The tarps were off earlier in certain sections, trying to pull the T's into tying this game or potentially taking the lead. Runner on first, nobody gone. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Jack Moss. Swing and a liner foul. It was behind the heater at 97, Lacombe's fastest pitch of the night. It remains 2-2 to Moss. He digs back in the left-handed box. Freeman flashes the signs from behind the dish. Lacombe is set. He'll deal the 2-2 from the stretch. Fastball cut on and missed. Strike 3. Outside edge at 97. Moss had to offer in a 2-strike count. He did, but he couldn't connect. 1 down in the bottom of the 9th. Big spot for Neomar Ochoa Jr. He has been very patient today. 2 for 2 with a sac fly. He represents the tying run, the Clear Choice Auto Glass cleanup batter. Runner on first, 1 gone. First pitch. Fastball chops it off himself and then spoiled off Austin Machak, the home plate umpire, who needs a second. It came down and in on him, and then right back into the mask of Machak. Ochoa behind 0-1. Lacombe winds and fires. Fastball, swing, bounce to second base. Ochoa legs it out, he's safe. Powell goes up to second base. Ochoa slides in safely. Oh, what a mistake. The Tourists have 2 in scoring position. It's a base hit from Neomar Ochoa. And Geral Perez's defensive nightmare series continues. A check swing, a long way to go from Perez. He just tried to do too much too quick and ends up letting it get by him to get an extra base. Runners on second and third for the Tourists. A single could tie this game at 8 from Cesar Hernandez. He has 2 of those today. He stands in from the left side. That's Ochoa on second. Powell on third. Lacombe has been rarely shaken this year, but this is a big spot. The Tourists have rallied back and scored the last 4. Now 2 in scoring position. Everyone's in this game around the ballpark. Hernandez 2 for 4 in a big spot here. Lacombe set with the glove at the chest. His first pitch, fastball inside, 1-0. Calls for a new ball. He'll get it. It was a Powell walk and an Ochoa single with an error. Now the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, but it gets past the catcher. Goes all the way to the backstop, and Powell comes in to score. A wild pitch scores Caden Powell from third. It is a 1-run game in the bottom of the 9th. The rally continues for the Tourists. We have seen magic this season from the tees. In the last month and a half, they've walked it off here 3 times. That time, just too good of a pitch from Lacombe. It's a 1-run game. The tying run 90 feet away. 1-1 pitch to Hernandez. Swing and a liner to the backstop. 1-2. Zach Daudet waiting on deck. If Hernandez brings in Ochoa, that would extend the game. A wait to get a ball off the field and right that came in from the bullpen. That lets us know a righty is up and warming down the line. If Lacombe can't get this thing done. There's Zach Daudet. He's on deck. It's a 1-2 count to Hernandez with the infield in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a lofted foul ball. Drifting towards the netting, and it's out of play. Stays alive at 1-2. Both singles today from Hernandez, soft contact. A blooper to left and a dribbler down the first base line that just barely stayed fair. He had 2 of the first 3 hits today for the Tees. Ochoa on third. Still a 1-2 count to Hernandez. Lacombe comes home. Swing and a fly ball. Shallow center field. Brown runs in. Is it deep enough to score Ochoa? He takes off. The throw is not in time. He slides underneath it and ties the game. Unbelievable speed from Neomar Ochoa. He goes underneath the tag and extends the game. He's a little shaken up afterwards. After tagging in from center. Unbelievable. He got underneath the tag at home. It was a good throw. For a guy that's 240, that was impressive. It was not handled at the plate, though, by Freeman. That's how he got around it, and he rolled up over the ball on the collision at home. So now we're tied. We'll at least see a 10th inning if the Tourists can't walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. First pitch to Daudet. He swings and misses at a breaking ball, 0-1. The Tourists have come back and scored the last 6 runs to tie this game. All of them scored in the bottom of the 8th and 9th. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a ground ball. Left side. Fielded by Burrows at third. Off-balance throw. Pulls Arxie Hernandez off the bag, but he slaps the tag on Daudet, and we're headed to extra innings. Arxie Hernandez will lead off the inning. He'll be followed by Eddie Park and Kyle Lodiz. 8-9-1 in the order. It's Bryce Collins for a second inning against his former team. Allowed some traffic in the 9th, but struck out 2. A big choke up on the bat from Hernandez, who shows bunt right away. First pitch, he pops it up, goes right back to Collins. A bad bunt attempt from Hernandez as the pop-up goes right back to the pitcher. And he'll head back, head down as he goes to the dugout. Asheville needs 2 more outs. Even better, it holds Eli Brown. Here's Eddie Park. His first game back from AAA. First pitch fastball down the middle to him, 0-1. He did not show bunt. He will swing away. Ghost runner on second, 1 gone. Knotted at 8 in the top of the 10th. The 0-1 pitch. Beautiful breaking ball dropped in for strike 2. Park steps out of the box. Clock resets back up to 18 as he calls time. Collins has been ready this whole time. Shakes off. Now he finds the sign he likes. He's got Park in an 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bryce Collins with his third strikeout of the outing. He's starting to feel it. There are 2 gone in the top of the 10th. All 3 of his strikeouts swinging. He got Taussig, Brown, and now Park. And the lineup turns over for Kyle Lodiz. Ghost runner still on second base. Eli Brown has yet to advance. Collins looks in. It's right on right against the top of the order. First pitch. Fastball for a called strike. Lodiz down 0-1. He led off this game hours ago with a double on the second pitch. We've seen many since then. Collins set at the belt. His 0-1 pitch. Fastball down the middle. Strike 2. And Lodiz calls time. A year ago, Bryce Collins was in the White Sox organization playing with the Winston-Salem Dash. Now he faces them. It needs one more strike to end the inning. Here it is. Swinging a liner to the backstop. He got Lodiz to protect on the fastball. 93 miles an hour from Collins. It's Eli Brown, the ghost runner, on second. 2 gone. Tied at 8 in the top of the 10th. It's an 0-2 pitch to Kyle Lodiz. The righty Collins comes set. He kicks and deals. Breaking ball served right to the glove of Moss at first base. Bryce Collins takes care of Winston-Salem, and finally a wry smile out of him. Right with his 21st appearance this season for Winston-Salem. He'll face the bottom of the order. Alejandro Nunez, John Garcia, and Brandon Nye with the ghost runner Zach Daudet on second base. The Tourists trying to walk this thing off. It would be the 4th walk-off at Home Trust Park in the last month and a half. First pitch, Nunez takes a breaking ball high. He did not show bunt. He's ahead 1-0. 0 for 2 today, but 2 walks. Infield playing him to pull heavily. 1-0. Fastball down and in. A nice glove from Freeman to not let that sneak by. Again, any wild pitch would likely move up Daudet to third base. He retakes his lead off of second. Wright looks in at Nunez. He's behind him 2-0. The pitch. Swing and a liner served foul. 2-1. Bottom of the 10th inning on the Asheville Tourist Broadcast Network. Tied at 8. Nunez checks his bat towards the mound in a 2-1 count. Wright is set. He deals. Fastball lined, left side. That is down and collected in left. Daudet held up at third, and that was smart, as the throw would have beat him by a mile. Back pick to first. Hernandez doesn't apply the tag. It's a single from Alejandro Nunez. The winning run, 90 feet away from Asheville. The infield will have to come in. It'll be John Garcia to the plate. The first hit of the day for Alejandro Nunez. So here's John Garcia, a veteran of this Asheville team. Multiple years spent with the club. Runners on the corners, nobody gone. Infield in. First pitch from Wright. Swing and a miss. Boy, he wanted to end it. Defensive indifference moves Alejandro Nunez up to second base, and it takes off the double play. Oh, 1 count to Garcia. Trying to walk this thing off. The pitch. Breaking ball inside. Turns him away from the plate. 1-1. Well, in the 8th, things were looking really bleak. Then the rally towels came out. Asheville has scored 6 since then. Bottom of the 10th, tied at 8. The pitch. Breaking ball called strike. Garcia takes it and walks off and calls time. He's behind 1-2. Asheville looking for 11 wins in 12 games. but needs to bring in Daudet at third base. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a lofted foul ball. If that had just stayed fair, Asheville would have won the game. Daudet with a lot of speed to tag from third. Wright shakes off. He agrees on a sign. It's another 1-2 pitch to Garcia. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him down and away. Garcia waved over the top of it, and he will not be the hero tonight. That'll bring up Brandon Nye. His second day in Asheville, and he has a chance to be the hero. Bottom of the 10th. Runners on second and third. First pitch to him. Takes a strike on a fastball down the middle. 0-1. Nye has a base hit tonight. Had 3 last night with 3 RBIs in his debut. Can he step up and deliver on night 2? 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball high. 1-1. Just months ago after his college career, Nye went home and did IT sales, thinking his baseball career was over. 1-1 pitch. Takes a breaking ball down the middle for a called strike 2. And now Garrett Wright starting to get the better of the Tourists. Infield remains in with runners on second and third. Big moment for Brandon Nye. Wright comes set. Thomas on deck. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Garrett Wright in a huge spot. He gets Garcia and Nye, both on breaking balls. What a funky pitch that was, and Nye couldn't connect. Here's Justin Thomas Jr. He's been the leader of the team this year. Stands in from the right side with a chance to walk this thing off. First pitch to him. Takes a ball inside, 1-0. Thomas is hitless tonight. He's hitless in his last 4 games. Can he deliver here? The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gave him the heat, and he cut through it. It's 1-1. And Garrett Wright is bearing down. He's starting to dominate. With 2 outs, the Tourists need a hit. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Garrett Wright is cooking right now. And Thomas calls time. 98 miles an hour on the gun. He's blowing these heaters past. Thomas behind 1-2. A chance to walk this thing off. Garrett Wright, a chance to send us to the 11th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh my goodness. The Tourists were so close to walking this thing off and could not do it. With no outs, runners on second and third, Asheville struck out 3 straight times. And now it's the ever-dangerous Ryan Burrows to lead it off. He hits from the right side. 2 homers today. First pitch to him, he shows bunt and bounces it foul. He's behind 0-1. His homers came in the 5th and 6th. Part of a 3-homer series through 2 games for him. Corners are in. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball tapped foul. 0-2. Collins came in the 8th and struck out 2. He's got Burrows behind 0-2. He winds and fires. Fastball chopped over his head. Nunez fields and fires to first in time. It's as good as a bunt for Ryan Burrows. Lodiz, the ghost runner, moves up to third base. Deep contact will score him here. That'll bring up Gerald Perez. 2 hits today. A single and a double. First pitch to him. Breaking ball inside from Collins. Perez having his best hitting day in the last 2 weeks. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball spoiled off the hands. 1-1. The Tourists searching for a win in extras, but this has gotten pretty tense considering what happened in the 10th inning. 1-1 pitch. Cut on and missed. Boy, fastball up and in, and Perez swung so hard his mask turned around. Infield in for the Tourists. Winston-Salem looking on. Trying to break up what has been a great run for the Tourists. 10 of the last 11 have been wins for the Tees. Walkow on deck, watching Perez. 1-2 pitch. Fastball down and away, and Perez doesn't offer. Collins set at the belt. 2-2 pitch. Fastball away. Count runs full. 8-8. The Tourists have scored the last 6 runs. The scoreboard now dark in right field. It has not accounted for an 11th inning, but that's exactly what we have. Payoff pitch. Fastball crushed. Deep to left center field. It is off the bottom of the wall. 1 run comes in to score. Powell slings it into second base. And it is a double for Gerald Perez to take the lead. Winston-Salem back on top 9-8 in the 11th. The Ghost Runner scores, and the Tourists can't help but feel like they may have squandered a chance. They'll still, of course, get to bat in the bottom of the 11th, but now they'll be chasing. Runner on second, still just 1 gone for George Walkow. Walkow 2 hits today, a single and a double. First pitch from Collins, fastball down and in, 1-0 to the big left-handed hitter. A towering 6'7". A wide stance where the back left foot is all the way on the back of the box, the lead right foot all the way on the front. 1-0 pitch goes over everything into the backstop. Perez up on the wild pitch to third base. And now things get a lot more interesting. Collins beginning to lose it a little bit. After 2 fantastic innings from him, he's tossed nearly 50 pitches. Certainly there would have been no expectation that he would have to go this long. 9-8, Winston-Salem on top in the top of the 11th. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball high. Garcia gloves it before it can clear his head again. If it went wild one more time, it would have scored Perez. And now Garcia out to have a word with Collins. Some eyes looking towards the dugout, but Asheville doesn't have a lot of arms tonight. It's already gone through 2 relievers, Anthony Cruz and Jackson Wells, after last night needing 5 relievers to get the job done. It used Apker, Carr, Steinbaugh, Langford, and Frias last night after the starter Luis Rodriguez could only go 5 pitches before leaving with an injury. Then tonight it was Yariel Santos for 4 1/3, followed by Cruz, Wells, and now Collins. Collins has gone through 2 1/3, but is in jeopardy of leaving the gap wider than when he found it. It'll be a 3-0 pitch to George Walkow. Fastball down the middle. Walkow was taking all the way. 3-1. Collins kicks and deals. Fastball down the middle again. He's back. And Walkow will see a payoff pitch. If he could strike him out, that would be big. Hold Perez at third. He got there on a double and a wild pitch. Brought in Lodiz, the ghost runner from second, and made this a 9-8 game. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball drilled deep to center field. Powell back. Can only watch it go. George Walkow leaves the yard and widens the gap. It's a 3-run 11th inning for Winston-Salem, and it's 11-8. Michael Cuevas becomes the fifth arm today for the Tourists. Another pitching change brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery's Millionaire for Life. Drawing 7 days a week. Winning is just the beginning. This is appearance number 9 for the Tourists. For Cuevas, 3.55 ERA in the process, 5 walks to 12 strikeouts, a whip just over 1. He comes in with the bases clear, but that's just because a home run from George Walkow made this an 11-8 game. In the top of the 11th, 1 gone, and James Taussig at the plate. Right on left, the first pitch. Fastball high, Taussig lays off. It's 1-0. Taussig 0 for 4. We thought last time he was up, when he struck out in the 9th, that his hit streak of 7 games would be over, but he has another chance. 1-0 breaking ball down and in. 2 balls and no strikes to Taussig. Fans beginning to exit, but slowly. Maybe something will transpire. Tees will be chasing 3 at least in the bottom of the 11th. The pitch, fastball, popped foul. 2-1. The sky pitch black at Home Trust Park. Cuevas looks in. He's got 5 to deal, and he comes set with 3. Kicks and deals with 1 on the clock. Fastball cut on and missed. Strike 2. Extra innings is not a common occurrence here. Hasn't happened in months. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and in. Count is full. Long at bat between Cuevas and Taussig. He's looking to extend that 7-game hit streak. The payoff pitch. Breaking ball. That's off the plate away. Ball 4 puts a runner on the base paths. That's the 4th runner on in the top of the 11th if you include the ghost runner. That'll bring up Caleb Freeman. Switch hitter will continue to hit from the left side. His 6th time at the plate tonight. 2 for 4 with a walk. 2 doubles on his line, nearly left the yard earlier. Winston-Salem in control in the top of the 11th. An 11-8 lead. The battery of Cuevas and Garcia goes back to work. Now from the stretch. First pitch breaking ball down and in, 1-0. James Taussig's hit streak is almost certainly over, and if it's not, then we will have an unbelievable game. (1-0). Breaking ball high. 2 balls and no strikes. Very few kids left in the crowd. Some have had to go home for their bedtime. It's 10:15. (2-0). Hit in the air. Deep to left field. Back towards the wall. It is off the top of the wall and hops over the top of Thomas's head. He fields it on a roll. 1 run comes in to score. It's a third double today for Freeman, and the lead is now 4. This time his double goes to opposite field. It nearly left the yard and then took a bounce off the hop over Thomas's head. It's always such a hard wall to read in left. Taussig scores from first base. 12-8. Eli Brown up to the plate. And the Tourists need yet another big rally. Right on left. Cuevas kicks and deals. Breaking ball off the plate away. A ball and no strikes to begin Eli Brown's 6th time up today. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Last night also went 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Hitless so far in the series. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a rocket foul. Winston-Salem 4 runs in this inning. First, it was Gerald Perez's double off the wall to bring in Lodiz, the ghost runner. Then Walkow, a 2-run shot off the scoreboard in left center. Freeman followed it up with a double after Tossing reached on a walk. 1-0 pitch is a fastball, catches the edge. Makes it 1-2 rather. 12 runs on 15 hits, no errors for Winston-Salem. 8 runs on 10 hits, no errors for the Tourists. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball inside. 2-2 count. Cuevas will throw a 14th pitch of this appearance. He's taking over for Bryce Collins. Has yet to record an out. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, grounded foul. Wide of first base. That's Freeman on second after the double. Cuevas came in with one of the lowest ERAs on the team. In the 3.30 range. Was playing in AAA last year in the Nationals organization. Was released, came to the Astros org. He's done a good job here in Asheville. Not an easy place to pitch. 2-2 pitch. Rocketed. Left side. Thomas over. That ball is down. Freeman tears around third. Thomas bobbles it. Throws into second. The tag is behind. Run scores. It is 13-8. A 5-run 11th inning. Yet another double. It has just been all doubles today, it feels like, for Winston-Salem. They've got doubles from Lodiz, Perez. Freeman has done it 3 times. Park had a double. Walkow a double. Brown a double. Now right on right with Hernandez. First pitch to him. Breaking ball down and away. Oh, called strike. On the outside edge by Austin Machak. 0-1. Hernandez also an 0 for 4 night. Right after Brown got his first hit of the series. Now 1 for 9. 0-1 is rocketed. Goodbye. Deep into the night in Asheville, and that thing might have landed in Winston-Salem. It's 15-8, a 7-run 11th inning. Asheville was 90 feet away with no outs from winning this game and will likely lose. Watch that thing again. Arxie Hernandez, his first hit tonight. With that, the only hitless batter is James Taussig, the one who came in with the hit streak. First pitch to Park is a fastball high, 1-0. With nobody on and one out. Park being the ninth batter. Can't record 2 outs by himself, so they will bat around in the 11th. Breaking ball for a called strike. 1-1. Michael Cuevas out of the stretch now from the windup. 1-1, fastball, called strike. Ball and 2 strikes on Park. Single and a double tonight on a nice hitting night from Winston-Salem. They've got 15 runs on 17 hits. After the offense was dormant last night, only 3 runs. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball cut on and missed. Strike 3. Cuevas picks up a K. And he sends Park packing. Blow out a column in your scorebook as Lodiz comes up to bat. He was the ghost runner to begin this whole thing. Right on right. 2 gone. Bases empty. First pitch chopped up the middle. Nunez gloves it. What a throw. In time. Oh, nice play by Alejandro Nunez to end the inning. But the Tourists have a ton of work to do. 7 runs given up in the 11th inning after being so close to ending this game on what has become a blowout just in the 11th alone. 7 runs coming across in the top of the frame. And that's kind of a demoralized look from Justin Thomas. He knows he almost had him. Struck out with runners on second and third, part of 3 straight strikeouts to end the bottom of the 10th and leave it at an 8-8 game. The big reason why the righty on the mound, Garrett Wright, was unbelievable, striking out Garcia, Nye, and Thomas. And now he faces Powell. Right on right, the first pitch. Breaking ball high, 1-0 to Powell. Hitless today. 0 for 3. He's up to bat for the 7th time. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Righty up and tossing in the pen. Asheville chasing 7. 2-0 pitch. Ooh, big hack from Thomas. Fastball still at 97 from Wright. Stadium has largely emptied out now. 2-1 pitch. Fastball roped back to the screen. 2-2 to Powell. The most runs scored in any inning, and it looks kind of isolated on our scoreboard out in right field because it has to clear after the 10th. Once you get to the 11th, can't really have anything else up there because it only has 10 columns. And so you restart back to 1, and there's just 1 lonely 7 out there. The Tourists looking to try to match that. 2-2, big swing and a miss at a breaking ball. That's strike 3 to Powell. And that is strikeout number 4 for Garrett Wright. What a night he has had. There it is, that lonely 7. Take a look at the line scores there. Deep in the night in the 11th. Almost 4 hours into this one. Right on left. First pitch to Jack Moss. Fastball cracked right side. Gloved on a hop by Perez at second. Sidearms to first in time. And the Tourists are down to their final out. Because Neomar Ochoa slid in to tie the game in the bottom of the 9th. He kind of roughed himself up a bit. Chase Call, who had the day off originally, was in street clothes up until Ochoa came up limping. Went back to the clubhouse, put the uniform on, and he'll stand in for the first time tonight. He represents Asheville's final out, trailing by 7 in the bottom of the 11th. Right on right, the first pitch. Breaking ball low. 1-0 to call. Last week, he had a monster series. Hit over 500 as he went 10 for 19. 2 homers, 13 RBIs. This pitch is grounded left side and through in a left field. A base hit. And Chase Call has the Tourists on the board in the bottom of the 11th. An RBI single for him. Scores Thomas, the ghost runner, from third. That'll bring up Cesar Hernandez. And now, a mound visit. Lead cut to 6. Asheville's done some really crazy things this year. Garrett Wright's day is done. Interesting. He dominated Asheville, but now he won't get to close out this thing. They'll bring on a reliever in a moment. We'll step aside on the Asheville Tourist Broadcast Network. Combined between these two teams today, this is Jake Bakken's stat. Bakken's stat, a 9.58 ERA, 5 walks to 9 strikeouts. His job is to record 1 last out, which is a 15-9 lead for Winston-Salem in the bottom of the 11th. This pitching change is all of them brought to you by the North Carolina Education Lottery. Millionaire for life, winning is just the beginning. Cesar Hernandez represents the final out after an RBI single from Chase Call. We are now at 3 hours and 52 minutes into this game, which is officially the longest of the season for the Tourists. Bakkenstad, right on left, his first pitch. Fastball, called a strike down the middle to Hernandez. 0-1. Just an eerie silence here. Something you don't often hear. 0-1 pitch, grounded right side, gloved at second. Perez to first, and that ends the game. One of the strangest games you will see. A 15-9, 11-inning win for Winston-Salem. The Tourists were 90 feet away from winning it, but just could not complete the job.